Welcome, everybody. Welcome to Gotham After Dark, Thrones of the Underworld. I am DM Discretion. With us today, we have Audible Diablo, Mystic Knight, Toreador, and Crosshair. We're not 100% sure if Aethera will be joining us later, which is why I don't have any cameras going, because that usually throws it off and I have to reset it and blah, 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 blah. So, we're going to come back to... We're going to start with Crosshair. Crosshair, unexpected. Is Crosshair here? Because I always start with somebody that's not here, which is fun.
He was just talking.
Yeah.
No, he said he'd be right back. That's how much I listen.
No, you're right. Nobody was listening. So, all right, so we're going to come to Audible and Toreador. So for Audible and Toreador, sitting in your Chevy SUV with a large metal trunk that is partially opened because you've bent the metal, trying to pull it through a manhole that it could not fit through, so you end up breaking the asphalt and the concrete that had supported it and pulling it through. You drove about 20 minutes to get away from that scene and your attackers.
Right.
In that, stuck not necessarily stuck in traffic, but eventually you did get to a point where there's traffic to your left and right, ahead and behind you, and your electronics stopped working, so no cell signal, no Wi-Fi signal. Then your car had its electronic locks engaged, and then it shut off. As that was all happening, Toreador had noticed that people around you had the same electronic issues with their cells, and the drivers to each one of your in every direction were also having their electronic issues, and then their cars had shut off, to which everyone's spidey sense had kicked in, and yeah.
And Torier kept saying to shut up.
And yeah, he kept telling you to shut up because you wouldn't stop talking. And then just with that, and to the car in front of you, to the cars to the left and to the right, and the one behind you. People are screaming. Black smoke is not necessarily filling your cabin, but it is obscuring your view from all sides. You can feel the heat coming off of the burning vehicles. Your driver, which I cannot remember his name, and I don't know if I wrote it down.
I forgot to write it down.
He was one of your people.
Yeah, I forgot to write it down.
I'll be back.
Okay. There it is. All right. And nope, that's not it. Let's see if I have it here. I do not have his name, so we'll call him. Call him whatever you choose to call him for now.
We'll just call him. I think we can call him Juan for it. What?
Juan? So
we can call him Juan for right now.
Okay.
Until we go back and look at the video.
Yeah.
I did not look at the last session, so I don't remember.
Thanks. But
I've been busy. I'm in mourning.
Okay. We'll give you that. That's good enough. So he's freaking out, screaming, and trying to get out. And he's elbowing the glass, but it's not really shattering as it
Blue.
does in the movies. Now the question then becomes, what are you to do?
No. When the vehicle in the back blew up,
Yeah.
when the vehicle behind us blew up, my instant reaction was to grab the book out of the box and spray the glass with the Uzi.
Okay.
I sprayed the back of the glass with the Uzi, and I'm gonna spray the front so that the guy can get out through the front.
Okay.
Once you break the glass, you can push it open. Not like you're trying to destroy a solid piece of glass with your elbow, like a dumbass.
Well, I mean, you gotta give the guy a panic response, right? Or you're not giving him that. Jeez, you are.
He's
tough.
supposed to be working for a superhuman villain organization. I'm the only human here.
Okay.
I'm out of here.
No, if I'm correct, the driver did not have superpowers.
He did not.
No, he did not have superpowers.
Not everyone that works for an organization has powers.
Right.
No, I mean I thought it was his organization is all superhumans. That's what I was saying.
Right. So I remember that part.
I'm power shaming.
You said
He's power shaming.
A car blew up behind us.
Yeah, when the car blew up behind us, I pulled out the Uzi, sprayed the back glass, sprayed the front glass, grabbed the book, and fucking shoulder tackled the way out of the back.
Okay.
All right. So when you
was the car completely stopped at this point?
Yeah, we were all standing still.
It was dead.
Okay. What did the driver do, Lou? Did he get out of his seat, or did he stayed in his seat?
He was trying to get up.
I was literally just saying that he is freaked out and is trying to break the window, the driver's side window, with his elbow, and it's not necessarily working as much as he would like. So
now the van that we have was I in the front seat or was I in the back of the van?
It was an SUV, and you were in the back. Well, no, you were in the passenger seat, driver's side, passenger side.
And Toreador's in the back, and it's the kind of van where it's not like a bang bus van where it's open. It's got.
I don't know. I don't know if you can hear that. I haven't said van. I've been saying SUV.
Sorry.
That's
I don't know why I'm suddenly thinking it's we were in a white van. It's SUV.
You know what? You can keep that extracurricular activity to yourself, sir. I have nothing to do with that.
I'm sorry. Yeah, no, I forgot it was SUV.
Okay.
All right.
But here's the problem. One of your compatriots took an action and decided to, where is it? Here we go. And break out the windows, which causes everyone else to.
Right. Okay. Yeah, because I remember asking Juan if he had a blicky.
I don't know if you can hear what I'm just playing, but.
Yes, I hear it. I hear it. It's messing up my sensitive hearing that he has.
Correct.
Right.
So it's especially hurting you.
Yeah, it's basically like the loudest thing in the room right now.
Correct.
And I remember asking Juan if he had a blicky on him, and he's like, "Why do I need a blicky? What's going on?"
Correct.
I'm like, "You don't keep a blicky on you? What's wrong? But like, you know, you do crime, right? You do crime and you don't have a blick. What the fuck?"
So now the cabin, not the cabin, but the interior of the car is filled with the smoke from rapid fire submachine gun, and there's there's smoke now entering in from the outside, mixing in and causing even more obstruction of your visions.
Right.
So he did what he was doing. He grabbed whatever was inside of the box,
right,
or the chest, as it will, and it shot out the back windows. And even Juan is like, "Yo, what the fuck? What the fuck, bro?"
This is what I'm going to do is this. Juan, we have no time. I'm going to. He said he was trying to get out his way. right? I'm gonna blast my passenger door, side door, off the hinges with my sonic powers, right? And then after I do that, I'm gonna grab him and jump out of the truck.
Okay.
Born called him Arthur, but if you give him that name, it's definitely.
I'm not frozen. I'm just looking for something. I'm sorry. Okay. Blasting the door off. He's, he recoils. You grab him. He's like, what the fuck? And you pull him out. Toreador, you come, assuming you're blasting your way out to get out the back of the vehicle, in simultaneous to what he's doing.
Yep.
Okay. You get out. All of that. No matter which direction you exit the vehicle, you're surrounded by the heat, intense heat of these car fires. So your movement is going to be highly restricted. So left, right, where are you going? Again, your vision is obstructed. The heat is another factor that is causing you to recoil. Let's start with you, Toreador.
Me?
Yes.
I'm gonna go low. And go
To your right, as you exit the vehicle, is the closest to the sidewalk. But again, fire to the left. To your left, there's a little bit more space from the way the traffic is set up. However, you're talking narrow lanes to move through.
I just gotta get away from these burning cars. Once I'm past these cars, I'm just gonna run on the roofs.
Okay. Oh, you're talking about the roofs of the cars.
The cars.
The other cars.
Across the hoods, run on top of them. I just gotta get away from the burning ones.
No. I had a different thing in my head. I apologize. I'm like, wait, does he have super jumping and I didn't know about it? But,
no, I got athletics. I'm gonna run across the cars.
Gotcha.
You've done it when you were little. Come on now.
Hey, man, take it easy. I never did any of that stuff, so I don't know what you're talking
You're a
about.
liar, sir.
I did no such thing. I was a good boy. Okay. And for you, Audible, left, right.
I'm going out the right side, which is the passenger side.
No. I'm saying,
which way are you going?
You already blew off the door. You pulled.
Oh, okay.
You pulled one out, but you're surrounded by flames, intense heat.
Fuck. I can't see T at all.
No, not at all. No.
Right.
He's completely obstructed by black, white smoke and flames.
I have a better idea. No left or right. I grab Juan and was like, hold on. I go up.
Okay. And
can you fly, Bobby?
So he's like, whoa, what the fuck? He grabs you, drowning man style. So he's just squeezing across your midsection and
hey, not so tight, bro.
I'm gonna say, just for the sake of the immediacy of the fact that you grabbed him and you pulling him up, he's pinned your arm that you're holding him with to your side, which is if you're grabbing him from the driver's side, it's gonna be your left arm.
That's all right. Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
I'm doing one of these.
Yeah, Superman style.
Right.
So I'm back.
Congratulations. And now, walk me through flying up, because that means a totally different thing to you than it does to me.
Oh, so I come out, I see the flames, right? I say, I'm basically like, we're out of here. And then as soon as I get a chance, the smoke is more billowing in front of us. Can I see the sky or not?
No, it's literally all around you. So.
All right. So I'm basically gonna just be like, hold on tight, and then just go straight up, and then when I once I clear the smoke,
Mm-hmm.
right, I'm gonna look around to see if I see what's going on
Mm-hmm.
real quick. But I'm gonna also look to see where it's safe to land because I'm not gonna stay in the air that long.
Okay.
So it'd be like, shh, like, okay, oh, we're good over there. Hover, fly over there real quick, like hover for like a second. Okay, over there, and then land. You know, and do the and have him like grab his chest.
I got
kind
you.
of thing.
Okay. So once you fly up, how high are you going? You're going just above the
Oh,
smoke?
yeah, just to clear wherever,
Okay.
however,
So
just to clear the
you
smoke.
figure
How high
about
is the
maybe about 20, 25 feet, so 30
Okay.
feet up. Because there's
Yeah.
multiple cars, there's a lot of smoke.
Right. So about 3 stories.
Yes. It's about
Yeah.
30 feet up. Once you get to that height, the first no, I'm not going to have you make a perception roll because you're looking everywhere. So when you're looking around, you can barely make out Toreador as he was escaping the vehicle and looking for a path. What you also notice, there's a cross street from where you are, angled. It's maybe about 50 feet away. And there's a black van with men coming out with AK-47s, approximately half a dozen, and they're making a beeline towards that, not in the direction of Toreador.
Gotcha. So, like I said, no, we had comms, right?
You had, but then there's nothing working.
Yeah, nothing
Okay,
working.
that's right. Nothing's working. That's right.
So you're just like T.
Right. Yeah. All right. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna drop. Where's the nearest clearing that I can drop one on?
Across the street, and on the other side of the from where you went straight up, it would be to your left.
Okay.
So remember,
so that's
this
what I'm
is
gonna do.
a New York street, so we're not talking about narrow. You didn't go down a narrow avenue, so it's about 4 lanes, and 2 of them are on fire.
Okay. So I'm gonna do that. Drop one off. You know, tell him to get to safety. Tell him thanks. I owe him one.
So
Right.
he said, "Yeah, you owe me a fucking call, motherfucker," and he just jets.
And then after that, my next situation is to fly back over to the direction of T, right? And if I could see him, my action would be to try to scoop him up and bring him into the sky before the gunmen get to him, if I can.
Okay. All right. Now, for Toreador, making it around the fire is tricky. You're a little singed, no real damage. Maybe like 1st-degree burns on certain the exposed parts of your arms as you're using that to protect yourself, your face from the bulk of the flash fires. From the hottest flames. You clear it, but there's a couple of environmental factors. One, it's still hard to see, and 2, the smoke that you've been.
I'm staying low because we're outside, so the smoke shouldn't be much of a problem. Other than it being a visual obstruction, because we're not inside a building.
No, I get it, but the moment you stand, again, those are the 2 mitigating factors: the smoke and the heat.
Right.
Okay. So you really can't hear anything because, again, you just let off an Uzi in an enclosed space. So your hearing is really affected. You can see a clearing just ahead. People, like the 2 cars as you're coming out of the smoke with the driver's and passenger doors wide open, as you can see in the distance. By distance, I mean like maybe two or three car lengths away. People are running away, but one person comes into view that's coming in your direction. You can see he has an automatic weapon.
All right, I'm gonna stay low, and
You don't. Okay, so I'm gonna paint a better picture. You're still coming out of the flames, but there's not a lot of room to maneuver. So staying low means just dropping low from where your current position. There's no way to maneuver to the left.
I
or
got
to the
cars
right.
around me.
Now I understand that.
We're pressed up against each other, so I have plenty. I'm gonna stay low, using the cars as cover. I'm gonna stay low, using the cars as cover. I'm gonna wait for that guy. That guy's coming towards me.
He's coming in your direction.
He's coming in my direction.
Yeah, your instinct is you see this guy with a weapon coming in your direction. He's coming towards you.
So, yeah, I'm stay to the side, stay out of his view, and we'll see how close he gets.
Okay.
I'm gonna have my hand on my sword.
You can barely hear you can barely hear voices over that tinnitus that's ringing in your ears. They're not speaking in English, so
Okay.
that's the one. That's
Sounds
the
more-
one thing that
sounds more than
sticks
one?
out. Huh?
I hear more than one.
You hear more than one, yes, because you're trying
So
to duck
then
out of sight.
So once I hear there's more than one, I'm gonna use my stealth, and I'm gonna sulk away, staying low, using the cars as cover, and I'm gonna go away from them.
Okay.
more than
If
one.
you have that, I'm gonna have you make a roll to have that happen. So the difficulty for this is going to be a 5. What do you have to mitigate that?
So what's it called when you have it twice? The skill?
Power shift.
No. When you have a skill twice.
Oh,
Trained. So
yes.
my stuff is trained.
Okay, so that's 1.
No, it's 2 because it's 2 levels.
Okay, yeah. All right.
My stuff is trained. I got dexterity shift, which is another one. That's 3. What's that thing called when you get back? You can use a quickie rest to get back, like a D6 or something. Wait, I don't need
That's a
that.
recovery roll.
Almost full. Never mind. So how many points do I have? No edge on my thing, so I got a spot. Spend 3.
You would need to spend 3, yes.
So then I'm a lower. That's 1, 2. That's 3. No, that's 2, right? 2 for practice. Yes, practice.
For trained. That's
For
proficient.
trained?
It's inability,
Right.
proficient, trained, and specialized.
Okay. So
By the way, let's see. Trained eases it by 1 step, not 2. Specialized
Right.
eases it by 2.
right. So my shit. So is it
So that
trained?
leaves 1 for the stealth task. Where are we looking at? And you said dexterity.
If you have a skill, okay, wait, because I don't make sure. I remember seeing this. That if 2 of my traits gave me the skill twice, it becomes the. I can't raise it no more. So I think it's specialized, isn't it? It's trained, then specialized.
Specialized is 2.
You have to train it specialized.
Right.
You
So
specialize
I'm
after
spec-
trained.
No.
So I'm specialized in
It's
stealth
inability,
skills.
practice, trained, and specialized. I'm looking at your character sheet right now. You're trained in stealth tax.
Right, but because I never got a chance to fix it. It's because when I was doing the research for my combat style, I was reading it and it said that because Mysterious gives me trained in all stealth skills, and because the Murderer gives me trained in all stealth skills, that makes me specialized. It stacks.
Nice.
Okay.
That's what I was trying to get at. I gotta fix this. I'm supposed to be skilled. I'm
All
supposed to
right.
be
So then that
specialized in all
that
stealth skills.
that lowers it by 2.
Right, and then I rolled it by 1 more because of my dexterity shift.
Correct. This says 3. So then your roll would be a difficulty would now be a 2, which would make it a 6 or better.
6 or better. All right, so I'll stick with that. So my action is this: to stay low, maneuver away from them, and using the cars as cover.
Okay.
And the smoke at this point. So I roll what? D6? Like 20?
D20.
And if I can find
Nice. You get an effect.
Okay, so now you're going to get a major effect. You get to decide. So what happens from as I describe the scene? As you're moving, you can see one in your sightline that's coming in your direction, but he's not ducking down. So he's going through the smoke, and heading in your direction, but you're gonna get an opportunity to do something or just completely get away. You decide.
Looking at him, what does he have on him? He just has the weapon? Just the rifle?
He has the rifle, and you can see he has he's not wearing combat fatigues. These guys are dressed in civilian clothes. This one specific guy, he's dressed. He has a hoodie, and you can see the banana clips in the pouch of the hoodie as he's coming towards you.
You don't have no grenades or nothing on him?
None that you can see now.
So I'm gonna time my move to go past him and go the direction he's coming from.
Okay, so essentially to sneak past him as he's running by you?
Yeah, because if I sneak past him, he's coming towards me, I'm gonna sneak past him in the hopes that I'm sneaking past him and whoever's with him.
Okay. So with that, you're able to go through him and 2 of his buddies that had also were trying to flank you. You had noticed that. As you snuck past him, you could hear them all coordinating, because your hearing is starting to recover. So that leads you back onto the sidewalk. There are no civilians, with the exception of a couple of charred bodies that were blown out of their cars. So you can go left or right. Now the armed thugs were coming in from your left.
So I'm gonna go left.
They were coming towards you from the left, is what I'm saying.
Right. So I'm gonna go. Remember, I snuck past them. So
Okay.
We're coming from.
I got you. Okay. Once you hit that corner, and you can hear, you can start making out T, and you turn instinctively to the sound, and you see Audible flying down towards you.
Oh my God, a flying black man, run!
Oh my Lord. So Audible, as you're coming down, you saw him do this Mission Impossible style duck and cover and then move past them, which was amazing, but there are maybe 2 more of those gunmen. One is by the van, and then the other one is looking out. So the driver has his weapon. He's still by the van. The the sliding door is still open, and then the passenger is also out of the van, but he's at the back of the van on the back left side, covering the street. He had actually taken a bunch of shots at cars that were coming in his direction.
Okay.
And that's where Toreador is heading. He's heading towards that corner.
He's heading towards the corner, but that's being shot at.
No. He's heading towards the corner of the cross street where that van was coming from, where it's now parked.
All right. If he sees me,
he turns when you call. He turns to see you.
All right.
As you're coming down.
I'm basically gonna keep flying towards him, and like the way when I'm flying, I'm gonna hold my hand out as a sign to basically grab my hand, and so we can just boogie out.
Okay.
That's what I'm gonna do.
I grab his hand.
Very good. I'm happy I didn't have to ask that question.
and then out.
Okay.
But to get as far away as we can from the scene. I don't give a fuck about these innocent people. We're about self-preservation over here.
That's completely fine. I need you to make a stealth check to see if you can get away from these people without them seeing you.
Okay, where do I do that?
So
So
Do I have anything on here that would allow me to get?
It's a speed check essentially. So you have to look at your skills if you have them,
Okay.
or your abilities if you have anything that could assist you with the stealth roll.
All right, so my speed is 15. My pool is a 13.
Okay.
Um,
So when I say
sharp
speed check,
eye.
I simply mean that's the pool with which you can spend points in order to lower the difficulty. The difficulty, by the way, is going to be a 4.
Okay. Okay, dexterity, power shift, movement, acrobatics, initiative, and speed defense are eased by 1 step per shift. Would that work?
one.
No, in this case, no.
Okay.
Isn't it a speed test?
Flight, power shift.
Well, it's a perception check. It's not so much a speed check.
Okay, so it's a perception check.
Mm-hmm.
Danger sense costs 1 speed point.
By the way, when I say perception check, when it comes to the enemies, you still have to roll. It's whether or not they get to see you.
I understood that.
Yeah.
I'm just looking at to see.
I'm just
if
making
what I have here
making it
that
clear.
will ease my point. So
Correct.
danger sense, which we know is really just my extraordinary hearing.
Yeah, and it's used primarily for initiative.
Right. Okay. So that's initiative is eased. All right. No.
So it doesn't. It looks like the only thing that you can do is to lower the difficulty by spending points from your pool, or just taking a chance and making a raw roll of a 12 or better.
All right.
Oh, hold on, Lou. Didn't you just say that the whole thing was he's trying to make a stealth check so that they don't perceive him? So isn't that still his speed that he's using?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Okay, so it goes down by 1 because of his shift.
All right. I'm gonna spend.
Wait a minute. Hold on.
You said I had to spend for my pool, right?
Give me a second. Okay, so I think you're right. However, I think you're applying a literal use of the term speed. So the speed pool.
So I'm not applying it the way you think I'm applying it.
Okay, so tell me how you're applying it.
The shift itself says movement, acrobatics, initiative, and speed defense assisted by 1 step per shift. That also includes any speed test that he's doing with this.
All right. Yeah. All right, so then I'll accept that. That's fine. So that's going to lower it by 1.
So wait.
your roll is a 3 now. Now, if you're going to spend your speed points on it, that'll make it lower. But right now, it's at 3 for you now.
Yeah, and since you have no edge,
what was used to give me that?
Your dexterity shift.
Dexterity.
Oh, my
power
dexterity shift.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what you said you had, right?
Yeah, he does.
Yes.
So that lowered the difficulty by 1.
Right.
And
all right. So I'm gonna use 3 points from my pool.
Okay.
To lower it even further.
Okay. And so that lowers lowers it by 1 more. So that means the difficulty is now at 2.
You don't have an edge in speed, do you?
He does not.
No, I do not.
Okay, so yeah, let it go down by 1 more.
It goes
so
by.
Your difficulty to 2.
It's 6 or better on the roll.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay, this thing. All right, hold on. D20. What
6.
Right on the money. Okay.
We'll take it.
I'll take it. Yep.
So as you're you grab them, you start flying up. You can hear the voices as you're pulling away, and they're shooting at you. But that's just for effect as you clear the buildings. Okay. Now where are you heading?
Up, I guess. I mean, I could go to a roof, like the highest roof I can find.
Well, I mean, there's
we're in the city, dude.
You're in the city, so that
right. No, like
if you've played the Amazing Spider-Man, you can go. That's a lot.
Yeah,
we're talking about a lot of places.
What I'll do is when I grab them, I'm gonna cut around a corner, right, and then I'm gonna go up to like a roof. I'm gonna go to like a roof maybe that's like I don't know, 10 stories, 10 to 15 stories maybe.
Okay.
And somewhere where when I land on the roof, we can get to like an access door to go inside the building.
Okay.
which won't be hard.
Okay.
Lou, I'm gonna take an action to do a recovery.
Okay. Go ahead and do that.
I got 3 points on my intel.
Okay. All right. So you guys do that. So now we're going to come back to. I'm sorry. Where is it?
Yellow.
Yeah. Just give me a sec. We're going to come back to the Parkside Gallery. Is Mystic Knight here?
No.
Because all I see is a light. It's as if you're broadcasting from a prison cell.
Yes.
Okay. Anyway.
And all you're going to get is a disembodied voice.
Very nice.
He converted to Islam. That's why.
Lou,
Yeah.
Lou.
Yeah.
I just want
That's probably the lightest he's ever been.
I just want to make sure that I pointed out that I still have the book.
No. I got you. Yes,
Okay.
you do. Okay. So. What the fuck?
All right. That's I'm gonna have to
Not
make
what
a
I
roll.
wanted. All right. Where am I looking? I am looking here. And I need to lower this. And in the split second between all here's and this is Mystic Knight's perspective. What are you doing? What? And then you turn and you can hear him chanting and carving something with this long black fingernail that didn't exist before today, and he just starts bleeding into the floor. And this
Even more so?
yeah. The portrait itself starts to it takes on a three-dimensional effect as the oil painting just starts to move towards what the fuck?
Really? Carnival music?
Yeah, it's not helping.
Welcome to the shit show. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, here we have.
Okay, anyway. So he seems to be locked in a trance as this thing is moving towards him. You would instinctually turned to see the rest of the people, and as I described before, there were at least maybe 4 out of the 10 plus patrons who had a physical metamorphosis. Yeah, I can hear you. It's low, but I can hear you. And their bodies had changed. Their skins from their exposed area was turning black. Their eyes had lost all the pupils had not dilated but completely gone, and what's in their place is a dull glowing yellow as they're all staring at you. No, not that dull.
Okay, that's a little more advanced than what you left us at, but okay.
What are you talking about? No, that's exactly where I left you at. So now the question is, what are you doing? Because you're
magical,
you're
my duty
literally
magical in your people.
Is that what you're doing?
Yes.
Okay. So what I'm going to need for Diablo to do is to make a resistance check. And what you're going to need to do is an opposed roll. And I'm going to need for you, Mystic Knight, to make a roll and to add whatever points you are going to add to the roll.
Mm-hmm. And how many steps I'm gonna drop it down?
No,
to,
not
right?
not by how many steps you're going to drop it down, because it's opposed. You're going to make a roll. You're going to declare how many points you're going to add. Make a roll, and then that equates to whatever difficulty is from the base. That's going to be your base. The points that you add are going to add to the difficulty. Does that make sense?
Louis,
Yes.
A little bit.
I have to describe.
You need to speak up. I can't. You can barely hear you. I don't
What
know if
about
it's
now?
on my side.
What about now?
Go
How about
ahead.
now?
Yeah. This is a little better.
How about now?
Yeah, you're good.
Okay. So I have to describe a little bit of in this middle of the chant of what I'm doing.
Mhm.
Now, I'll make the resistance roll, whatever, but at this time that I'm having, that I'm kind of making the thing come to me, the painting,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm chanting, and I carved my hand, and I made the symbol of my Lord. I'm going in my jacket, and I'm pulling out that item. Remember the item that my mentor gave me?
Mm-hmm.
That basically what it does is to sacrifice. You would use somebody to open the gate.
Okay.
So I'm grabbing that with my blood, with my hand,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm putting it. I'm gonna take it out and put it in the hand with the carving, and I'm gonna use it with the chant to focus and basically sacrifice myself to open the gate to my world.
Okay.
What in the
And I'm gonna use the energies of the eldritch power that's coming off the painting. That once it touches me, I want it to act. I'm gonna focus myself, my energies, and you try to use the energies of that painting since it got its own power
Mm-hmm.
to activate the item to open up.
Okay.
You understand what I'm trying to do?
I do.
And at the same time, I'm laughing.
I'm laughing. Okay. So, Mystic Knight.
All right, so my edge is 2, just 1. I can only put in 3. 3 points? Yeah, 3 points.
Okay. Make your roll, please.
Give me a second.
Okay, so that would make it a difficulty of a 4 for Diablo.
I have a 1 intelligence edge.
That's just. Is that? Yeah, that's just reducing your the cost of your points.
Well, not with that roll.
Ooh. Okay.
Damn.
So you go through you do that, and you can feel this thing pulling you towards it. Not you physically. You know what I'm saying? Like it's pulling your essence towards it, and to the point where the blood that's dripping from your hand it's being pulled towards the painting. You can feel the droplets as the painting is absorbing it, and at one point, just as that flash of anti-magic, because let's just call it anti-magic, as he's trying to save you and save himself, As that anti-magic hits, there's a flash, and a flash of intense pain that goes through your body because there's that one stream of blood that connects from you to the painting. And where is it?
But now, Louis.
Yes.
Understandable what's happening, but my focus now, as a person who loves pain and torture and you know that's all into that. But my focus is into the item in my hand. So I'm focusing as much as I can. I don't know how much intelligence points I'm gonna pump. Also, 4 intelligence points into the item to get the item to activate, and also try to focus the item to take the energies from the painting.
Okay.
And then what I'm gonna do is I am gonna focus that whatever the gate is gonna open is gonna come through my chest.
See his face and the corner of that camera. He just you didn't see it, but
Now he doesn't know what I'm doing. He just thinks I'm
No,
crazy.
I have no idea what you're doing.
his face. Oh my god.
I'm just trying to. I'm thinking you're being attacked by the others, so I'm actually trying to save you from that attack.
Okay. In that flash of pain and pleasure, and that pleasure and pain that you're engulfing yourself in, there's that crackle of anti-magic just snaps you out. But before it does, I posted it in Roll20. There's a flash that your mind, your spirit, your body, your essence transports to this realm. It's
Cool.
it's
Him
most
or me?
him. It's mostly clouded, obscured in like a fog, a magic fog. But there's this thing as you're looking at these massive steps towards a plateau, and as your eyes follow this plateau, you can see
Would I know what my lord looks like? Do I have a
you have an
description
idea.
through the literature?
You have an idea, but it is absolutely not what you're looking at right now. And as your eyes trace the steps, there's strange symbology everywhere. It's so overwhelming, and the point of the anti-magic flash is that you can only get this one picture in your head as your eyes trace up to this creature. It's massive. And by massive I mean it's gargantuan. It's a Godzilla. It's a Godzilla sized. It's kaiju sized. As your eyes trace up to it, that green thing around its head is what looks like a plate of metal.
A chain? Symbols on it?
That's attached to chains that extend across its body. And for a split second, its eyes turn from whatever it was looking at, which you don't have the wherewithal to see, to you. And then you snap back out of it. Now, as far as when you snap back out of it, you're gripping your hand super tight. The painting itself had reverted back to its original state, and you can hear noise. You can hear sounds, but they're muted. There's you're still suffering you're still going through the effects of your chant, the way you're interacting with the painting. Now, as far as Mystic Knight, he had dropped to his knee, seemingly freed from the effects of the painting, because you can see the oil from the painting had receded back into it. The people that were in that flow state two of the four, the two that were closest to you, they were repelled, and their bodies go limp and hit the floor. You can see them twitching. The others, they look at them and then look at you and then bring their eyes back up to you, and we're going to roll initiative. But we're going to come back to Diablo. So for Diablo, you had been extricated. Oh, I'm sorry. Hold on. Let me stop this here because we're not there.
So one of the patrons and the girl are the ones remaining.
Well,
because it was actually 5.
There were 4 that we'll call them possessed as part of the patronage. The assistant to to who we are calling the curator, because you never really got his name, she's still by the painting itself. The curator is off to the side against the wall, his eyes just wide with fear. So how you positioned yourself before I come back to you,
I positioned
Crosshair.
myself was right in the middle of both her and him. And now, based off of the patrons, the way you made it seem was the 4 patrons had pretty much closed off the circle. So now you're saying
they were mixed in with the crowd that were there.
Yeah, but those that got possessed pretty much finished off the circle. The last 2 that should be behind me are the ones that got affected.
Okay,
that were close to me.
I want to make sure that we're clear. This gallery is like a railroad style, so it's not wide; it's just long.
Mm-hmm.
At the far end is where this painting was, where the girl was. There was a door, some steps going into a loft-style office, and where she is standing to the left. If you're facing her, the curator was standing to the left. Diablo is standing dead center, staring at the painting. Turning all the way around to look at the other patrons that occupy the rest of the gallery. That's where you spotted the 4 that were speckled in amongst the patrons. They weren't in a line. They weren't in a circle. They were in random spots. But you noticed them because the gentleman had yelled, drawing everyone's attention. So not even the patrons themselves noticed that these people were changing. They were just staring at a psychopath cutting his hand and chanting. So that's who you saw. When you activated the pulse, you affected Diablo, painting, and the first 2, which were the nearest of the 4 that were possessed. The other 2 were further back. And that's how it's situated.
Okay.
So Crosshair, you had gotten unceremoniously kicked out of the vehicle. The Crimson Sentinel had given you one of those "what's going on" looks, but then he had taken off into the sky. What are you doing?
Am I cool with Crimson Sentinel?
You are not. He is GSTF. He is the leader of the GSTF. He was questioning your concierge.
Oh, and he took off already. Okay.
And he had already taken off. And when the concierge sees you, he does his best to pretend not to regard you in any way with any recognition, and heads right back into the lobby.
I should turn state's evidence like Tony Soprano.
Jesus Christ.
Too much?
A little bit.
Okay, my bad. I'm going back into my the weapons room.
Okay.
And I'm gonna go into my lab and I'm gonna work on.
Once you enter into
gun.
the lobby, as soon as you enter into the hotel, there's a security guard that stops you. He's like, I hate to be the one to do this, but we can't let you in.
That's who.
Says Says Sal. We have orders.
And why not?
It's like, I don't question the orders. You know how it is. You know how it is. I got
Well, I'm
my
giving
orders.
you an order to get the hell out of my way, or I'm gonna move you.
Look, he's the boss. You really want to make a scene here?
You really want to go to the hospital today?
I don't think either one of those things are good for anybody. So, but
Well, I just
I
figured
think
out
you
3
sh-
ways to kill you right now and have you still standing.
so this is Giovanni. He's not one of your. He's not one of the ones that is necessarily on Sal's camp, but he's loyal to the family. So he's just like, look, I got orders. I can't let you. I can't let you pass. You get Sal to tell me otherwise. I'm good. I'm good with whatever.
All right, cool. I give you an order.
He's the boss. You ain't. You
Tell
know how
Sal
this
to
goes.
come see me, and I walk past him.
So he reaches out and puts a hand on your shoulder. Hey, listen. I'm serious here. Can't let you pass. With that, 2 more guys come up from the lobby. We are under. It's like, you know how this is. The boss says something, we got to do it. And the boss says, you can't come in.
Okay. I walk out.
Okay?
I walk around back and I go to the secret entrance that nobody else knows about.
Okay, so we're going to limit those, but I will give
I only
you
have
this.
one.
I will give you
2,
them.
mate. 2.
All right. They watch you as you leave. Giovanni comes out. He's like, he gives you one of those, sorry about that type of, smirks. Not smirks, but looks. And then he heads back in. And you go around. You find your secret entrance. Punch in your numbers. And make it into your lab. Not to your lab, to your weapons vault. As soon as you come in, all you hear is, what kind of trouble you in, huh? That freezes you instantly. You turn. He's sitting with he's sitting on one of the chairs, one of the stools where you would display your wares, with his cane in his hand. Does not look pleased. How come I hear your name all over the place, making all kinds of noise? Is that you bringing the super guy to the hotel? You know I don't like it.
Me. Well, number 1, I don't talk back to him. I'm 28 years old. The second he raises his voice, I'm 12.
It's like, you come sit. I know my son. He told you not to come in, but you got your ways. I see. It's like I may have lost a step, but I see everything that goes on around here. So you're letting all of these people destroy what we have built. So he's doing the things that all of these friends of yours, huh? And say, who's this? And for an old guy, pretty adept at tech. So you have one of those displays, those displays, those table displays. He punches a couple of things. You can see a video of Toreador cutting off a hand, stuffing a body in a bag. And then he's like, and then this, and you can see an outside video of Audible breaking the outside of the fucking place. And then there's you, huh? You starting with Chilito. I thought you better than this, huh? It's like I expected this kind of shit from my son, but not from you.
Yes, sir.
So what are you gonna do to fix? Huh? You have to fix this now. And you give the boss of this family the respect he's due. I understand who he is. I raised that piece of shit. But he's my piece of shit, and he's the boss now. You want your time, it'll come. But right now is his time. So, take what you need and go fix this, huh? And he reaches out and he cups your face and, gives you that little tap. It's like,
You giving me a contract to kill somebody?
Oh, no. I know the boss anymore. You're a smart girl. You figured it out. And he gets up and he walks out. The tap
sir?
of his cane. And he turns and he doesn't say any word. He just turns and looks.
How did my mother and father really die?
Ask me again sometime, I tell you. Right now, you have a job. You have to fix what you did.
All right. So I'm taking I'm taking all my stuff with me that I need to work and make my weapons. Ammo, some specialized ammo if possible, armor piercing, incendiary, magnesium tip. And last thing I do is I go inside of the safe and I pull out some depleted uranium core rounds for my handgun and my sniper's rifle.
Okay.
And I want to call HR.
Okay, I'm sure that means something to you, but I need to understand what
HR is basically human resources, the ones that do the contracts.
Okay.
I need to find the whereabouts of Chulito.
Okay.
If I'll take out some of my own money to get the information to pay for it. But I pass a message on to my underlings. Until further notice, no one's getting any type of specialty ammo or no type of specialty weapons are being made. Whatever's here, that's what they're going to get until I return.
All right. The message is delivered. Now what?
I'm going hunting.
Again,
I'm gonna go find Chulito, and he's the first one on my list.
No, that means something to you. Okay.
Audible already got the bill for $300,000 to pay it off.
Okay.
I have to talk to Toreador when I get a chance. And right now, like I said, I'm going hunting. Is Sal anywhere around?
No, remember he drove off once once Superman was at his doorstep.
No, he was scared shitless. Anyway,
some would say being schmat, but whatever.
I'm driving off to my place and I'm gonna get set up, and I'm gonna go find Chulito and I'm gonna kill him.
Okey-doke. All right.
Oh, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Do I roll? Can I roll? Take an action and roll for recovery? Because I've been at 7 for the longest under my mic.
Absolutely.
So it's 1d6, correct?
Correct. 1d6 plus your tier.
1d6 plus 1. I do have healing. I do have healing shift.
Okay, so
One extra
then
recovery.
that makes it what, 2d6? If memory
Yeah.
serves.
So 2d6.
Yep, 2d6 plus 1. Are you rolling? rolling it? Okay.
Yeah, I just rolled it.
All right, so you can put 9 and redistribute it however you choose.
Okay.
Are you gonna share with me? How are you doing that?
My might was my might always a 7?
That's what it says.
All right, I'll put.
Well, I mean, you can't you can't add more points to your pool than you already have.
Oh, I was gonna try to raise my attributes that 9 points if possible.
Yeah, the recovery doesn't do that. It just
the recovery gives me.
It replenishes your pool.
So my might is always is a 12 already.
That is the attribute.
Okay, so damn, I don't know what to do with these 9 points.
You don't have. I mean, if you don't have any pools to put them in, we can act like you never made the roll. It's not a big deal.
Okie dokie.
That's fine. All right. Who are you reaching
Quick question before you turn to somebody else.
Yeah.
If I wanted to, I couldn't buy more edges, could I?
You can't do any more edge beyond your tier.
Okie dokie. And I can't raise no effort.
Yes, you can. You raise your effort once, and you can raise your edge once.
Right.
That's going towards your tier development.
So I have to wait till I go up in levels.
No. That's part of the improving of your tier.
How much it costs to raise it?
And each one costs 4 XP.
Each one. All right. I want to raise my effort by 1, so it drops my experience points down to 9. Whenever I get a chance. So I take all my stuff and I'm gonna prepare and go hunting. So guys, if I die tonight, it's been an honor playing with you guys.
Holy shit.
And I'll just take it from there.
Okay.
So do I get the information about what Chulito is?
That has to be worked on. So because he doesn't have a his what was it? His hideout was blown up.
It was?
Yeah. Why do you think he's
Who blew up
after
his hideout?
Why do you think the warehouse? Why do you think he's after the people that killed his family and making Audible responsible for it? Okay.
So I'm gonna work on my do I have to put experience points in making my weapons?
Well, it depends. You don't necessarily have to unless you're creating what would essentially be an artifact weapon. So
Well,
we can talk about that.
Yeah.
We can talk about that.
Yeah.
Okay. So coming back to Audible and Toreador. You make it to the rooftop of a 12-story condominium, and you're able to get into the little space before the stairwell, which I think is what you guys were doing, correct?
Yeah. Because I was trying to make sure we stayed off the streets.
Oh yeah, I mean, any rooftop is taking you off the street. So then the question then becomes, what are you doing?
All right. First, T, you good?
You're muted.
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay.
Man. Oh, okay.
What are we gonna do now?
I didn't think that far ahead. What my boy is good, but he broke out, so I don't blame him. We're gonna have to get ready for a firefight. Those guys find us. You got a blicky on you. You got your blicky on you anyway. You got your Uzi, so
Yeah, I got.
we can
That's
probably
fine.
find a way out. But what we're trying to do is not have them find us and get back to the obsidian as quickly as possible. How far are we from the hotel at this point, Lou?
If you fly there, you can get there in minutes because you're cutting across town, but
Right.
you're not. It wouldn't take you that long, essentially, is what I'm trying to say.
Right.
Why do we keep going back over there? Don't you got other friends?
Well,
I'm just
one of my friends wanted to try to kill me because he thought I had something to do with his mother's death. Right? The fucking consigliere of the fucking gang is a spaz, you know, because he's literally on speed all the fucking time, fucking blitz. And then Juan, I mean, and then all my other friends turned to goop, and I had to fight them.
So, in other words, no.
no.
I can get us to the telly quickly, but you know,
No, as we're talking, I'm gonna pull this book out and start looking through it. Like, what is this thing? What can I read it? Is it in Latin or something? What is it?
Okay. So when you just opening it up, it's larger. Let's see. How am I going to explain this? It's about 11 by 17, and it's the cover itself. It's not leather bound in the traditional sense. There's just it looks like something out of a movie, like not necessarily like the Evil Dead Necronomicon, but in that vein. There's weird symbols. It doesn't smell right once you remove that covering. And by the way, the covering, as I explained it, it's like a white satin and it's gold trimmed. And once you remove that from the item, from the book, the one thing that hits you both is this rancid smell that comes off of it.
Oh, what the fuck is that?
Yeah, it's like a combination of sewage and raw meat and rot.
Is that because we were in the fucking sewer with all that shit? Oh,
no, not even.
So it smells like death.
Yeah, not even the sewage is covering this smell.
The hell?
And it's there's a clasp that goes across the middle of that book. The clasp is part of the binding, and the locking mechanism is just looks like a plain. I know what the shape is. It's like a U-shaped clasp, but there's no hole for a key, and there's no. It looks like buffed silver. Trying to move it doesn't seem to work. It's not moving, and it could be, trying to think of it practically from your character's perspective. It feels like it's magnetically on there, like it just won't move.
Okay.
And the problem is, the closer you put your face to try to examine it, the more that putrid smell, is affecting you.
I'm gonna walk away.
And it's bad enough. And it's bad enough to bother me, right?
Yes.
I walk. I say, yo, you handle that. I'm gonna get some fresh air over here.
Yeah,
and I walk away from him in the book.
Yeah, you've been around. Yeah, you've been around rancid meat and cattle and dying animals all your life, so that usually doesn't bother you. Plus, your profession. This is something that is more than that, for some reason.
So I'm gonna pull out my phone, and I'm gonna call Sage.
You mean Mystic Knight?
Mystic Knight.
So Crimson Sage picks up. Hello.
Which Crimson Sage?
I'm naked in the streets. I'll get back to you in a minute.
Boxer Swords, Crimson Sage, Kung Fu Grip, Karate Kick, and Magic Spells.
I contact Mystic Knight. I call him on the phone.
Okay. So Mystic Knight is otherwise busy. So you get a busy signal. And it goes straight to voicemail.
No, it picks up.
No, you do not.
It picks up automatically on the phone.
You are using that phone for other things, sir.
Well, it can multitask.
Okay,
It is
can we stop now? Now, it goes straight to voicemail.
Listen, if I want to answer, it's up to the player to answer, you bastard.
Wow. Wow.
So,
Listen,
Really
so
told
you know what?
leave a message.
Okay, so here's the thing. He's absolutely he's
Listen, I'm
absolutely
just fucking with
correct,
you. I'm
you
just fucking-
motherfucker.
I'm just fucking-
All right. Anyway, so you leave him a voicemail. Go ahead.
Leave a message. I leave a message saying I found something that may be extremely valuable to you and probably of high interest, and I'm looking to sell it for a negotiable price. So when you're available, please give me a call. You hang up. I'm gonna call Diablo.
Okay. Once again, phone goes to voicemail.
Leave the same message.
Okay.
I cannot come to the phone right now to destroy your soul.
So
For the internal blackness, please leave a message after the
I
beep.
have been trying to bring my hell dimension here into our plane of existence. I may be busy, so please leave a message after the tone. Okay.
So yeah, I'm gonna do that. So I leave a message for both of them.
Okay.
Now, and I look over to Audible.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like,
Maybe you can recall it better if you spell it in reverse.
huh? I look over Audible and I tell them, bro, I'm gonna try and sell this book to these two. If I get 5 for this, I'm gonna try and get 5 for this.
$5?
No, 500. 500,000.
$5? Sure. Nah.
I get 500,000 for it.
I'm in the middle of my own problems right now.
Audible. If I get the 500,000 for this, I'll give you the money to cover your debt, and then we'll split the other 2.
I believe he's talking to you, Audible.
Oh, sorry.
Wow.
Holy
The first time I'm
shit.
not paying attention. My bad. What did
So
you repeat?
I'm gonna try and hawk this book for 500,000. I'm gonna
Oh.
pay off your debt, and
Oh.
that'll be your share.
All right, I'm with it. Thanks,
All right.
bro.
Okay.
Look, say less. Say less.
In the meantime, we have to keep possession of this thing.
Yeah, fuck.
Now, didn't you find it funny that all the cars around us died and we lost comms, and then everything started blowing up?
Yeah. I look. I don't do tech, but that could have maybe that could have been like a low EMP pulse or some shit. Maybe.
I don't know any. Well, I'm not tech savvy or nothing, but I don't know anything that's man portable that can do that.
Right. Oh, really? Would it have to be like big?
For an EM pulse?
Yeah.
I mean, the military don't even use EM pulses in combat. So,
Hmm.
whatever the fuck that was.
Maybe it could be another suit that has powers that can do shit like that.
Do you know anybody? I mean, I'm not from the city, bro.
Nah, like nobody in my squad has magnetic or electrical. Well, maybe. Well, who's that one guy? Nah, but they killed him. Can't think of anybody right now. I mean, you know what? There's a bunch of goody two shoe soups all over the place. Maybe one of them guys, but I can't. But obviously he wouldn't be doing that to us. So I don't know.
Listen, so our situation now is we have to try and lay low long enough for me to hack this book. For us to hack this book. Do you know anywhere we can go hide?
Where's
To the
my?
hotel.
You know what? I got a crib. We can go to my. Wait, hold on a second.
I said hide.
I have an idea, but I don't like it.
You have an idea, but you don't like it.
Mhm.
So then don't do it. Think of something else. That's usually the normal solution to an answer like that.
From your baby mama house? Wow.
I don't have a baby mama. And after I use the condom, I pour hot sauce in it,
Oh,
like Drake.
Yo.
that's a lot more than I ever wanted to know. But yeah.
TMI. TMI.
My thought was
Uh huh.
my adopted parents live in where in the city are we right now, Lynn?
Let's just call it in the right. Well, the let's just say you're just above Times Square, so 48th Street.
Just above Times Square.
Meaning geographically, you're north
Geographically.
north of Times Square. I should have just said that instead.
I'm trying to remember what part of Queens is through the Midtown Tunnel.
Make it up. It's fine.
I think it's Long Island City. I think
Yes.
I'm like, look, we can go to my adopted parents' crib. They're on vacation right now. They live in LIC. I always have a key. I have a spare key that I can use, and we can crash there.
All right.
So,
You sure about that, though? You want to go there? You want to go there?
it's the only thing I can think. It's the only place I can think of that nobody should be able to look for us. You know,
Okay.
the only people who even know about, you know, my parents are the people I work with. And that's you know, cause reasons.
Right.
Because reasons. That's hilarious.
There's reasons. So,
Right.
if you don't mind, you know, being cradled while I fly us into Queens.
I ain't got no problem with it.
All right.
If his guest was there quick and quiet,
Yep.
more importantly, unnoticed.
Yep.
And this is what the
As I'm-
programs begin.
As I'm slowly looking around doing a crazy Ivan.
So we can do that. That's my best idea right now.
Just as they fly into the house, before they land, the whole house blows up. You see Crosshair walking away. Back to the room.
I'll go get you your money.
All right.
Wow.
At that point, she can go suck a dick. That's what I'm
Ouch.
saying.
Damn.
So I grab you up. Got the book on. Got the book tight.
Yeah, I got it.
All right.
This shit ain't going nowhere.
Okay.
Go on a diet, bro.
Once when are you?
Pretty light for my weight, my height. I'm a
trying
little underweight.
trying to work this in. Wrapping the book back up in that fabric nullifies that smell immediately. That's the one thing you do notice. And
Really?
it shouldn't, because it's not like it's hermetically sealed.
What is this fabric? I'm looking at it now.
It's sort of like a cross between a really high thread count satin and like a felt like texture.
How big is it?
Figure it's enough to cover the book. So you're maybe like a baby's blanket.
All right, so it's not that big. All right.
So yeah, not enough to cover a full grown adult is what if that's what you're asking.
It's not like cape size, is it? Like
Yeah, if it was a
medical-
small cape.
I was just wondering.
Okay. All right, so you guys take off. So we'll come back to I'm going to come back to Mystic Knight. You did your pulse. We haven't worked out the kinks, but in order for you to activate this, you're going to have to give it. You're going to have to give it a little time to reactivate it if you're going to do that anti-magic pulse again. And we'll assign some point values for the activation costs, where your pool's going to come, where it's going to come from for the pools, all that good stuff. But for now, you have your one. You know it needs time to recharge. So that means that these things, as they're like I said, they saw their compatriots fall to the ground in twitchy fashion. You know, they're just like they're spasming. Their eyes go from them back to you, and they start moving towards, as the people that are around them start noticing who they are. They look at the people that fell. They look at what happened. Can you describe that pulse and how it affects? Is it invisible? Is there a light? Which is something that we probably should have talked about beforehand, but.
You know, when they use the visual effect, like almost like a sonic wave, where it just kind of like ripples through the air. You can see the rippling, but you really can't see the wave.
Doesn't have a
per
light.
se.
It's not a light per se, but it's a movement of air.
Something like that. That's how it disperses throughout the area.
Okay. So when that happened, it didn't necessarily affect the civilians that are not magic wielders, but there was they felt a shudder that went through them with that energy, and noticed the people around them, noticed the two that fell, how their faces were transformed. That one scream proceeds with a gasp, followed by a lemming-like escape. The fight or flight immediately just pushes everyone out the door as they run screaming, leaving those two. As they run past, the one thing that you notice from the one on the right, and I'm going to show you what they look like just to give you a visual cue of what they look like. Where are you? Where are you? I had it here. No, not that. Now, Midjourney didn't do a very good job of isolating them, but I'm going to give you an idea. Here we are.
Were you putting it in Discord or
in Roll20? To give you a sort of an idea of what they look like when they transform. Now, the one that's closest to, and by closest, maybe we're talking about maybe 20 feet away, he raises his right arm and clasps his hand into like a knife hand position, and all of his fingers just meld together and form this ebon blade from his hand. And then the other, he extends his fingertips, and the tips of his the top of his hand forms a blade that goes maybe about 6 inches from his fingertips, and they are moving towards you with alarming speed. Now we're going to make an initiative roll. For this initiative roll, Diablo will be last. No roll, because he's still suffering the effects. But you will get an action after you've recovered. So go ahead and make your roll, please.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So they're getting their actions first. The first one, he just lunges to plunge his knife hand straight through your chest.
Oh wow.
Okay.
You have to make a defense roll. You have to make it. You have to declare your defense and make a roll. I don't do any rolling, just so we're clear.
No, I know that. All right. So my defense is going to be to use the ensnaring magic to freeze him in his spot.
Okay, so ensnaring magic. Where?
Yeah, that's one of my actual spells.
Okay, so I thought you derived all your magic was through your foci. I just want to be clear.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, so what foci are you using?
The computer.
So
Basically,
you're tapping on a laptop?
Well, we got to work out which one is going to be the artifact right now, because I'm not going to have all three of the artifacts.
I understand that, but you need to tell me how.
The most accessible one would be the phone.
Okay.
Right. Then it would in order. We'll talk about how it will go in order later. But right now, it would be
tell me your preference. It's all I'm asking for now.
Yeah.
We can work out the kinks. I don't care about that. I just for narrative's sake, tell me which one is.
So it'll be the phone. I'll just click on the app for the ensnare, and what'll happen is it'll be a digital kind of construct that'll be how do I express it? It's going to be coming out of any electronics that he may have, like a cell phone, whatever that he may have, like a earbud, anything that he may have. The construct's going to be coming around him, and is going to construct like almost like think of it like Hubert. The 8-bit kind of graphic. And that's how it's going to look around him.
So,
oh yes,
I'm trying to visualize it. So it's just going to be one giant block around him,
like a block around him. Yeah.
Okay. So here's how that. Unfortunately, that's more of an attack than it is a defense. So you can do it. You can do it as your defense. That's fine. But that's your attack. That's your action. So you want to make it clear.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. How close are they?
They're closing that gap.
They're in close range?
Yeah, they're in close range. They're closing that gap quickly.
Okay. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to pump an extra point of intelligence to use it on both. Right? Unfortunately, I didn't get a chance to increase my effort, which is what I wanted to do. I wanted to talk to you about. Unless you're allowing me to increase.
You can increase your effort. Spend the XP. That's fine.
So that'll be 4 XP for the effort. So then, with the additional effort, I'm going to increase the difficulty on the snare, and I'm going to lower the difficulty for the action by using my shifts, my intelligence, my power, my magic. Since this is a magic that's designed to hack through their system, I'm using my hacking as well.
No, this is
that's in effect what I do it as a surprise attack for the ensnare. I use their electronics in order to do the digital kind of bubble. But it's up to you whether you allow it or not. I'm just letting you know how my mechanics will work, being that I'm a tech mage.
Okay.
Which in and of itself it's a flaw too, because if they have no electronics, it doesn't work.
Understood.
Okay, so that's 5, and I'm going to pump 3 extra intelligence into it. So that's 5 intelligence that I've used so far to lower 2 more and affect the other target and increase the difficulty by 1. So
what do you mean?
That's a shift of 7.
The target you're trying to attack them both at the same time.
The snare only targets 1.
Gotcha.
With every effort, I can either increase the difficulty of it for them to break free, or I can use it for another target. So I used one of the efforts to target the second guy, and other
not-
effort
I'm not
to increase the
s-
difficulty.
I'm not seeing that on the power itself. You're talking about entangling
Oh.
force, correct?
Yeah, entangling vines. Give me a sec. Cost is 1 until 1 plus. A target within short range is subject to a snare constructed of semi-tangible lines of force for 1 minute. The force of the snare is a level 2 construct. A target caught in the the snare cannot move from the position, but it can attack and defend normally. The target can also use its action attempting to break free. You can increase the level of the force snare by 1 per level of effort applied. Action to initiate. But you also can increase your target with effort as well. That's something within, I believe I read it in the rules.
What do you mean? So you can do it to multiple?
Uh-huh. But you have to apply the effort if you have it available.
All right. So I'll allow it for now, but you're gonna need to you're gonna need to show that to me.
I'll find it and I'll show you.
That's fine. Okay.
All right, so the roll, yay! Oh fuck! I'm gonna re-roll.
So you're spending.
You didn't roll that bad, did you?
You're spending an XP.
I'm gonna roll because I know I got a shift of 6, but I'm not trusting that roll. Wait, they don't roll anything, right?
They don't roll.
And it's already a preset roll, right?
Correct.
So I should be able to make it with that roll. Because in essence, it'd be a 22.
Right, but it's let's see. Actually, yes.
I'm shifting the difficulty.
I understand, and I already had their preset difficulty already in mind, and you did beat it. Yes, with all the additions plus the
roll.
Plus the edge roll. Okay, plus the effort roll. Excuse me, not edge.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so that first one stops just as the blade. It stops maybe about a foot from you, and it's like it's trying to struggle. Remember, it can still swipe at you, so that's what it's trying to do.
Out of its reach.
That's what I know. That's what I'm saying. It's just like just a foot before it strikes you. But from the other side, let's see, that would have been if you increase the difficulty by 1 because you had the extra target. Actually, you got them both. You did get them both, and they're both like just swiping at you. That second one, he is trying desperately to move. Like he's trying. He's now just looking down and swiping at the floor, while the other one's just looking right at your face and just trying to stab you with his arm. All right, so Diablo, you can hear the scream, the screaming from the patrons, the stomping of feet, the breaking of like the sculpture art that as people was just running away from this, just doesn't snap you back in, but your vision clears. You stand and then you turn to see exactly what I just described.
But that's behind me, right?
Correct.
Okay.
What's
so
in
I'm
front
not
of when you're
paying
looking at
attention.
the painting, you don't feel anything from it now, which is just you can feel the energy that you had expended. It's somehow muted. So in essence, what I'm trying to say is his anti-magic pulse, you don't know came from him. You just know that whatever you were trying to do did not work. And now you're staring at there's nothing coming off of this thing. And that image in your head. and the all of the sensations that you felt in that place. The of all the sensations, the one that you felt the most was power, unmitigated, unbridled power. It's as if you you put your hand on a lightning bolt, and now you're I'm taking some liberties, but now you're just like, I have to have that again.
So Louis, I'm gonna look at who's in front of me. Who's
just
at the painting?
Just the painting. The curator's to your left. The girl is gone now.
I'm gonna walk up to the painting.
Okay.
And with my hand has blood, and I'm gonna touch the painting.
Okay.
Is there anything that I feel off of it?
Now you don't feel anything. No.
Damn.
But there is something in your you don't have danger sense if memory serves, correct?
Danger sense. I believe I'll tell you right now.
Where the hell are you?
No.
Why don't I see you here?
No. So, the old man is there?
He's there. There's a big wet spot on the front of his khakis.
So,
and he is just in fear.
I'm going to walk up to him, grab him by the throat, and I'm literally just going to bite his throat out. Literally, my fangs are gonna come out, and I'm just gonna bite his whole throat out.
Okay, which the sounds from your periphery make you turn to see this lunatic biting the throat out of this old man. He's just like,
so with the
blood coming out of his
raised,
mouth,
really? Dang it. All right. So as these two are stopped in their tracks, I pull out my gun and in their faces just blast them.
Okay.
Point blank. I'm getting ready. They may be possessed or whatever the case is. I just want to make short work of this and get the fuck out. So once I do that, I'll turn to Diablo. I'm like, Diablo.
So
can we go?
Diablo's just like, old man blood here. Obviously the sound makes you turn, and you see Mystic Knight just
put my gun back,
put these
in the
two
holster.
people down.
Can we go now? If you want to take the painting, take it with you.
Oh yes, I'm taking that painting.
But let's get out of here before there's any more coming up.
Lou, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the old man's tongue, and I'm gonna take his eyes and his ears.
Okay, so
I'm pulling out my knife.
Uh-huh.
I always carry my blade.
Okay.
Cut that off real quick. Pull out his eyeballs. Take his tongue. And I'm taking his ear. Then I'm grabbing the painting and we're going out the back door.
Okay, there is no back door.
Here's
what I'm gonna say. So I hear where I can smell where you're going with this. But in the interest of time, are you going to take the time to find one?
Oh, I'm not walking out through the front. I know that there's a back door.
Okay. So he's already looking. I'm going to leave it to Mystic Knight to decide if you're staying and watching him do this, or are you leaving him behind? Because for him to do that, it's not minutes, but it's also not seconds.
Diablo, let's just walk out the front door. I've got something for us if if anything were to come and follow us. Let's just go now, Okay.
You sure?
Besides, I said yet still to talk to you because of what Vesper said. And I never got a chance to tell you what he told me. So let's go.
Mystic,
His blood coming down his chin, his chest, his clothes.
I'm walking out the front. Like
I'm gonna
nothing
pull out
happened.
my
I'm just walking
handkerchief.
right.
Lou, I'm gonna pull out my handkerchief and just wipe my
I'm just
mouth.
walking right out the front like nothing happened.
Yeah, one hanky. That'll do it.
Yep. Hey, it's magic.
It's bounty.
It's bounty. Yeah, there you go.
Do I know Mystic Knight by a nickname or anything?
You would need to tell me.
Yeah.
What is the name you go by?
Mystic Lechon.
You know what? I can't even be mad about that. Whatever you want to call me. I mean, that's on you. If you want to have that type of that type of rapport, sure.
So, while we're walking out, I'm just gonna let him know.
Mystic
Like,
Lechon.
I saw him.
You saw who?
I saw him.
What? The one we're after?
They're trying to release it.
Of course they are. That's
No.
what we're trying to. That's what we're trying to either use to our benefit or stop. But so as we're walking out, in order to go back to I'm taking him now to one of my private areas. One of my places where I go to do some study on my own, quietly. It's nothing special, no big wig things. It's just there for me to do research and kind of test a couple of things out. Anything that I find like in archaeological projects that are like of real interest to me, I take it there to kind of further research it on and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll take them to that spot. And as we're going there, as we're walking there, I'm letting him know, listen, Vespa told me about this ancient library that symbol is attributed to. The problem is that no one seems to remember where it's at. It's like the library itself chooses you or chooses the person to go. And he commanded me to tell you to find it. I think that painting may have been a source to get there.
No. It was a gateway to it.
Yeah, that's what
There
I'm
was
saying.
a moment I was there.
Okay.
I was standing at the bottom of a staircase, and it was, how would you say, confined. It had some type of shackle. It was enormous. Its eyes pierced through me.
Mm. Were you able to see anything else?
Hey Lou, would I be able to remember any of the symbols that I've seen?
No, it was too quick, and that anti-magic pulse. Really
what about
fucked up
the
your
shackle
senses.
on its neck?
Same
Anything
thing.
that would
It just looked like a giant bronzish, goldish, possibly orichalcum plate.
something, someone, some group has entrapped it. And what they're going to do is they're going to release that thing. And if they release it into this world,
Well, it could be any number of
It's
things,
done.
but off the top of my head, I could think of one major player like that that's been shackled, and they've been trying to get him into this world forever.
now,
Something about the old one.
when I looked at it, I know it was fast, but like, was it just strictly just seeing the face, looking at the face of it, was I able, because I'm looking up, so do I look at the body and then come up to the head?
Yeah, that most of its body was obscured. Remember, there was that mist,
Like the smoke, right?
That fog.
So
That
what did the
obscured it.
head look like?
It's the same thing as in that picture I sent you.
It almost sounds like that Love, Death, and Robot episode where they found that ancient creature in the desert
Mhm.
and the mountains.
I love that one. That was so freaking dope.
Is it similar to that?
No,
Is that the-
I posted it. You guys should see it on the Roll
No,
20.
I'm looking at it
Okay.
right now. I'm looking at it now.
All right, so.
So
Oh,
Lou, with my extensive knowledge into supernatural lore and stuff like that, has I come up with anything that resembles that?
Now that could be any number of things. You don't have enough information at this point to make a
So, look,
to make
So
a
even
guess.
Once
in
we
the
get-
books, 1 second, Adolfo, please give me 1 second. Even in the books, the recent books, when they described that god, was it anything similar? Anything that I could, anything that maybe there was some type of clue that will link it to it?
Descriptions of
Well, I know there won't be
ancient
no real
beings,
description
yeah.
of the god, but
Unfortunately, descriptions of ancient beings aren't true descriptions. They're really more descriptions of their power and their malevolence. It's not necessarily a physical description.
so this is what I'm gonna do. Go ahead, Adolfo.
All right, so once we get to the location, I pull out the laptop, punch in some code where the laptop folds all the way back, almost like a tablet, kind of like look.
Yeah.
And it's going to be a 3D image of which I'm trying to connect with Vesper.
Okay.
Like almost like a secured line kind of deal, and see if he responds.
Okay.
So that way we can give him an update.
As you're doing that, you notice a message on your phone, and it is a missed call, and a message from Toreador.
All right, so hit the voicemail as I'm doing that on the laptop and trying to communicate with Vesper.
And he mentions a book, and that you may be interested, and give him a call.
All right, so FaceTime.
Okay. Toreador.
Hello?
Hi. You said something about a book?
There's a
Yeah, I
lot of
got
there's a
a
lot of
rather-
wind. There's a lot of wind noise for some reason from Toreador's end, almost as if he has his head out of a speeding car.
The fuck are you doing? Flying in a helicopter? What the hell? Anyways.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So your day's been just as fascinating as mine. Great.
I guess so.
Okay. So what about this book?
It seems to be a.
Well, one thing you notice immediately is that you see me. I'm FaceTiming you, so. So it's not just a phone.
You can see obviously that I'm flying somewhere. You see clouds behind me in the background. I'm
his
literally
hair
flying.
in the breeze.
Well, you're being cradled, so it might actually look like you're in a vehicle or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah. It's just like because you're not gonna see the whole scene.
Yeah. So
I tell you, I got a rather unique looking book.
unique how?
Might be interest of you.
Okay. All right. So I sent him my coordinates where I'm at.
Do me a favor. Mystic Knight, can you make a
Perception check?
perception check?
Sure. That's an intelligence roll, so that's one shift down. Trained and all things perception, so that's another step down. And let's roll. And that's 2 shifts down.
What was the roll item? Sorry, I didn't see it.
13.
13. Okay.
And I was able to shift it down twice from the difficulty.
Okay. Right. Like as he's speaking and he's flying, there's something you can see behind him. At first, you thought it was a bird, but this is not a bird. As you're looking in, you're talking, and he's talking, and you're just like, you enhance you enlarge enhance the image, and there's something behind them. I'm going to show you exactly what it is.
Okay. So what I'm going to do, right, is I'm going to, it's something called
It's in
see the broadcast.
it's in roll 20, and so you can see it.
Se jodiste.
How do I say goodbye
You're
to what we had?
That's
Sweet Christmas.
See, I thought it was a drone. I didn't expect it to be a demon. Dang
Is
it.
it daytime or nighttime?
It is daytime.
I don't see none of that because
You don't?
right. So
Yeah, actually he does.
No, you're on
Because
your.
I'm pretty sure he's next to me.
Okay. Then yeah, you see it, and this is worse than you imagined, because this is not how it came into the world.
it's bigger.
Way bigger.
I'm a new Jaku the Shoshinkai.
Whatever. So I tell Toreador very calmly, whatever you're doing right now, however you're flying or whatever is flying you, I would suggest that you take for cover and get to these coordinates as quick as you can.
So did I hear the conversation about
Yeah.
the book?
Yeah. I mean,
Right, you're right there, and I'm on FaceTime. So yes, you heard everything.
heard
So
it.
I'm gonna look at Mystic Knight. I'm gonna go. It's most likely the book that's drawing.
Well, whatever it is, we need to get eyes on that book, and we definitely do not need to be facing off that thing. So,
This is the
and I
worst.
mute. By the way,
it's the worst
I
time
mute
of the day.
the conversation, so Toreador does not get it.
Yeah, he's not. You're not getting the context, and even him just looking at his face is just getting closer to the image on your screen. You're like, what the fuck is wrong with this dude? So
I mute the part where we're going back and forth about the thing chasing. Okay, because I don't want him crapping in his pants. All right. I'll mute it after we go back and forth, and I tell him, listen, just get here as soon as you can, as fast as you
Tell
can.
him to bring the book here.
Just do what you can in order to duck and cover. Okay, just don't look back. Just go right now.
the don't look back part.
No,
Yeah, I look back.
back.
There's no reason. There's absolutely no freaking way You're gonna tell a dude
Don't look back.
not to look back, and he's not gonna look back.
So he's
Just
like,
don't look
he's
back.
just like,
Fucking
don't.
Trust
way.
me.
It just.
In the history of
So
any fucking
you're being.
That's like telling a girl to calm down.
You just you're sideways.
Don't turn around.
You're sideways.
The
You're,
commissar's in town.
you're being
Oh,
you're being
by the
cradled
way,
sideways,
hold
and
on.
then you just
Just
like
in case,
you can
Lou.
see his head turn and
Lou,
eyeballs.
just in case anybody was wondering, yes, I did that on purpose.
Yeah. Okay.
There's no way you're gonna tell someone not to turn around.
I know you're gonna turn around. That's why I said it.
So
Yeah, well, I look.
You turn and you look, and
Yo, I look. I
First
go
you
to
say it.
audible down now.
audible.
First you say it,
you
then you
don't
do it.
understand.
Crap, right.
You can hear what they're talking about, and he says, "Don't look back." And I'll leave it to you to decide whether or not you're going to keep going or just let them have their conversation. Where Toreador says, "Down now."
Down now. Down.
Okay. I'm gonna travel down.
What's under us? If you say water,
wa-
we'll kick you in the face.
if I say what?
If you
Water.
say water, I'll kick you in the face.
Well, you are going to Queens, so you do pass over the Hudson. Is it the Hudson? No, East River, to get into Queens. Long Island City is in your sights. If you
Right.
at your current pace, you'd get there in less than a minute. However, this thing seems to be gaining ground fast. As you turn and you look over your shoulder, you're like, no.
Okay.
And that's
Oh
your
my God,
Again.
Camera.
No, I'm just kidding.
Camera again.
Yeah, no. So yeah, those are the coordinates. Get here. Bye. Good luck.
So where exactly are these coordinates taking me to?
Just coordinates. Wherever you're gonna go. I sent you the coordinates to where we're at right now.
You send me the coordinates to where you want me to go. I punched the coordinates to fucking Google Maps. Where is it taking me back to?
Where's it taking him?
Because if I gotta go back toward that monstrosity, it's gonna be a while.
No, it's not. It's not taking you back to the monstrosity. It's just you're going to be going into the city, somewhere.
Which would be-
Considering that whole statement I just made was to Lou, not to you, you're not DMing, so you don't have to wait. Because the effect of the whole thing was that you told me not to look. I looked. The fucking phone goes off. I told him to bring us down, and I need to figure out how to get us to where you want me to get to in a safe way.
Over in the East Village. That's where you're at. Where you're
Right,
heading
that's
to.
back towards the monstrosity.
No,
No,
we're
that's
not,
not
we weren't in
correct.
the East
The
Village.
DM is nodding.
We weren't in East Village. We were in 48th Street. That's up.
We have to
Okay.
go back towards the East Village, and I think it's
Wait.
behind us.
You're crossing
We gotta
over
go behind
into
us.
you're crossing over
Hey,
to Long
no.
Island City, and
If you're going to
Right,
Long
I
Island
basically
City,
flew
you just
over
go
the
down.
Midtown Tunnel.
Yeah.
Why am I the only one that understands that we have to turn back?
Yes, we
No,
have to turn back.
you
To go
don't.
exactly back to where we gotta go.
Yes.
We're circumventing. We're gonna circumvent. We're gonna go down low, and we're gonna avoid that fucking thing, and we're gonna take
Drop
a
it,
long
drop it
way
low,
back.
drop it low.
Understand now? Don't forget, tell me.
All right, Lou. So
Yeah.
I'm in an apartment, right? This guy's apartment. or like his hideout.
let him tell me. Let him tell you.
It's a basic apartment.
Okay.
That's all it is. It's just
All right.
it's like a
I'm
one
going in
bedroom
his
apartment,
kitchen.
at which it's been turned into a research lab. That's all it is. It's
Right.
books, papers, stuff like that. Nothing. There's nothing expensive there. Let's put it
I'm
like
just
that.
gonna give a real I'm gonna have a sinister smile on my face looking at that.
Wait,
thing
you haven't
touching
had
down.
one this entire time?
Oh yes, I have. But this one's gonna
Of course
really
it's
be
that.
big.
It just
This is
turned
gonna
even more
really-
sinister. That's all.
So,
Because it's
Lou,
its creation. It's coming this way. That's all. Yeah.
so
Fun
I'm gonna
times.
go into the kitchen. I'm gonna take out a frying pan. Right.
Boom.
So I'm gonna put. This is what I want to try to do.
I feel
Are you gonna cook?
I feel where this is going. Go
Are
ahead.
you gonna cook those eyes and tongues in my frying pan? Are you
So I'm
serious?
gonna put the eyes, tongues, and ears. And what I
You
want to do
motherfucker.
is I want to do like a ritual, a chant over it to see if I could get at least
He says he's gonna.
24 hours of the last things he spoke about, heard, and saw.
I like where you're going with this. Here's the rub. This would develop into an ability that you're going to need to pay for.
Okay, I'll give 4 XP right now.
Okay.
I got 13. And I'm gonna do a recovery, a 10-minute recovery.
So he's got the pestilence and he's got the I want to know what you know from death.
This fuck.
Well, takes the brain 7 minutes to shut down fully to be truly dead.
So it's a form of a necrotic divination.
So basically, I give myself a little cut. 1 drop of blood hits it. I do put my fold my hands up, do the chant, and then the smoke. I just inhale it because I'm burning it. I'm inhaling it, and that'll give me the vision of what happened.
Hey, okay. So while he's prepping that, and the smell starts to come from the kitchenette, as you're having this dire communication with Toreador, you can hear a sizzle. You can hear pots and pans moving. You know, you can hear the pots and pans.
I'm thinking to myself, no, this guy is not gonna cook that tongue.
Here's how I see it. You're like, you need to move. You need to get out of there and come to these coordinates. And oh shit! I don't know what fried eyeballs smell like, but I can imagine it's not a pleasant smell.
It's not a pleasant smell. No,
they will eventually pop.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So let's stick with Toreador, and then I'm gonna come to you.
Mind you, I'm still trying to communicate with Vesper.
So yes.
Fun times.
So you guys start heading down, and you can see the other side of the river as it's coming up. I haven't been to Long Island City in a long time, but it was a lot of stuff under development. Maybe a couple of buildings here and there.
It's definitely more.
Why is it buildings? I'll tell you, being that's where I'm at now. There's buildings all over the place, projects all over the place. There's a quarter of it which is industrialized. It's just like factories and warehouses and stuff like that.
Okay. So all right, we'll stop right there. So you're coming over the industrial side of it. So there is an old brick factory. It has those large smokestacks, and there's a parking structure. There's like maybe 24 cars that are in the parking structure. To your left is the road. To your right is more of this industrial park. So that's where you're heading.
It's also the nucleus of every single train that probably exists. It's the 2, it's the F, the J, the M. It's a variety of trains
of the letter
in that
trains.
area.
Yeah.
Both open air and tunnel.
Okay, so Audible. This is on you. You're the one that's flying. It's not Toreador is just being carried. So what are you doing besides texting?
I'm sitting in the fence.
Audible.
Are you like not paying attention? We're gonna die.
Sorry. Last thing I heard was he was describing what Long Island City looks like. What's happening? Sorry, Lou. What's happening?
You're flying towards an industrial park.
Okay.
Brick buildings. That's dead ahead.
Okay.
And to the left and to the right are more factory buildings.
Right. basically where I was at, I was flying over the Midtown Tunnel, which basically has us on the BQE. So basically, what I'm doing is I'm veering off to the left to that area of Long Island City. Though. So
Yeah,
there's like
because that's
gas
where you
stations
guys
and
were.
stuff.
You had intended on going.
Right. Yeah. So
Right.
um,
So, but we gotta go meet these guys interested in the book. So we should go meet up with them. And we're being followed by that monster. So you want to take a monster to your mom's house?
no.
Right. So let's circumvent and go back around.
Okay. Look. I'm just the pilot at this point. I'm probably
Yeah, but you're the pilot. That's the thing.
right. I'm just yeah. I'm where we gotta go. I'm going there. All right. So what is it? What's
Like
the
I said, I put the coordinates in the Google Maps to see where it is. Tell them we're going to the corner of this and this.
okay?
He knows the city and I don't.
Do you want me to just like drop you and I can keep going? Maybe the monster will just keep following me. So you can make your rendezvous. Like I can make sure I swoop down real quick and then keep going. Oh no, it's got the scent on the book.
Wing beats as it's catching up to you.
Go.
Say, can you do it? Crap. Correct.
It's
Oh, God.
about 100 feet behind you. The thing is approximately at its shoulder, about 12 feet from shoulder to shoulder. Its wings,
24 feet.
about
24 feet.
about double that. And the length of its body you can't determine because it's flying straight at you. This is just it's hovering, but this was not what Diablo initially summoned. Now this is what
we don't know they summoned it though.
That's true. Nobody knows, and he ain't telling because he's too busy frying eyeballs.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. We try to evade it.
Oh yeah.
Doing the best I can to.
Okay.
I mean, the only way I could do that is if I try to fly into the caverns and around stuff.
Yeah, do that.
I'll do that.
The fuck?
I'll do that. Shit.
Oh my
I don't even
lord.
know where I can go.
Dude, I load a fresh fucking mag into the fucking gun.
Okay.
And this gets if it gets to that point, I'll start unloading on it.
Okay.
I'll have to hold you a different way so you can see it.
Yes, I know. That's the whole idea. Just get us out of here.
Every time I hit the flap, it gains at least 20 feet from where you are.
Okay. This is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna drop my hand and I just say, hold on to this one arm.
Mm-hmm.
Like make sure you got the book. Right? I'm gonna try to spin, right? And try to lob a sonic blast at it.
Okay, make a roll. You're already in flight. You just need to make an attack roll.
Oh Lord.
Okay, so that's a might attack, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, that is what the nature of your power is, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So hard to say goodbye.
So this costs 1 point of might. All right, so accuracy, I guess it'd be accuracy power shift.
Correct.
Dexterity power shift.
No, that's for defense.
Okay, so accuracy power shift.
Mm-hmm.
Power shift.
That does not apply to attack rolls. It's just damage.
I see that. Yeah.
You get to replace a power of something higher level.
Increase range power shift.
You can use that.
That'll help. but that just gives you more range. So it makes short range powers, long range.
Yeah.
And maybe find the flaw because it's wings, right?
You can use that. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. So find the flaw, which is basically I'm gonna blast its wings.
Okay. So. Okay. So you can use that,
And
but that's also only for damage.
all right. So I get an edge of a 1.
The edge reduces the cost of your pool expenditure. So from your might pool, you could use 2 points because that's the max.
Okay.
The max of your effort to reduce it by 1. So,
Okay, I'll do that.
So that means you only have 2 points to reduce it by.
Okay.
Okay.
Whatever I gotta do.
Make your roll.
So all right. What's my? Do I know what my?
I'm not going to give you the target.
Okay, cool. All right. Well, here we go.
Okay. So with that, we got to figure out some sound effects for your powers. I think if you guys can look
Boom.
if you guys without saying Sonic Boom, if you guys look it up on YouTube, and send me like the clip and I can download it and we can use that. Anyway, so you do that.
Probably if you look up anything that has, if you type in Claw, KLAW, from Avengers or cartoons or something, maybe something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
Be right back, guys. Give me a
All
second.
right, so you shoot your blast and it easily beats its wings and just spins out of that blast. It's like,
It dodges it?
It dodges it, correct.
Shit!
Now 60 feet from you. As it gets closer, there's this maniacal look on its face. Looks eerily similar to somebody in this group. And
All right.
it's at first it was just flying with his hands to his side, but now it's just pulling them up to reach out to you guys.
What time of day is it right now?
It's in the afternoon. It's full daylight. So yeah, there's not a cloud in the sky.
All right. There is a lot of construction going on right now in the city, including Long Island City. I'm gonna head towards this building that has that construction that's still under construction.
Okay.
Right? And I'm gonna basically like fly inside like one of the half finished.
To make us okay, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay. Make a dexterity roll.
Okay.
Ooh, that's a good roll. So
Nice, and that has a minor effect.
Yes. So you just tell me what the minor effect would be. So you're flying through this. You can see the dudes as they see you coming. First, they can't believe what they're seeing. Then there's the eyes like, this motherfucker is going to come at us. And then there's people just jumping out of the way as you fly right through the center of this scaffolding type, the building that's essentially a skeleton.
Right.
And you fly through it. The minor effect is something that you would describe to me, like in addition to doing that, like a stunt. It doesn't necessarily mean that you do damage or anything like that. Just something like really cool.
Think about it, dude. Think about it. Please think about it. Please. Oh my God. Think about it. Think about where you are. Think about what you just did. Think about what you just saw. Think about it. Because I know exactly what I would fucking do.
You can help him. You're there.
You can tell me what you would do.
Tell him.
No.
You can't. You can't. Okay.
No.
I know, Lou. I know.
This is a lot of the system is new to me as far as the actions. Still.
Don't worry about actions, bro.
It's a narrative flow, so it's like
right. It's cinematic. Just
so basically, it would just be like, so in a sense, it would be like, I would basically like, if I want to do something, like I would do like a spin, like I'm spinning and just flying, like in a spin or something like that, like a dramatic effect as far as
and there could be a minor effect in addition to that. So the coolness of it is that you get to decide This is why whenever I ask you guys to describe your action, think it through to its conclusion. Think it through to a conclusion that benefits you and that would be cool. So that's
Because it's supposed to benefit you.
yes.
Right.
So
Right.
you're flying through, you're spinning through, you're causing your passenger to get a little nauseous. However,
right. But I do something like if it's close by, I'd probably do something like I'm gonna spin through, but I'm basically like, in a sense, use my sound powers to shatter the glass, right? Inward, right? And then just kind of spin and then just keep going. Just make sure he's held on and then come out the other side.
okay. So you do that. You do shatter what's there. It's not fully enveloped in glass, but
Right.
in the immediate vicinity, as
Yes.
you hear the thing thud against the wall and crash through it. So you get some distance.
I don't know.
You get some distance before it crashes through the other side. Now you have enough distance to hide. The question is where. So this is this is the minor effect that I was trying to allude to.
Okay. All right. What I could do is when I come out the other side, drop.
Just go straight down.
So like, yeah, drop straight down, and then like go into another unfinished part.
Okay.
You know, like.
And doing that,
and then basically go back through the other way I came out. Then like go like it's sort of like I'm going.
So you're just making a U-turn.
Yes, basically.
Okay.
And then coming back out.
That's a minor effect.
There you go.
Okay.
Happy, Steve? Is that cool? Is that cool?
Oh, yeah. Then what I wanted you to do, you took a long way around to do it. I would have told him, I would have just I did a barrel roll through a fucking tarp and he gets caught up in the tarp.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that would also be considered a minor effect. So you do that.
That's what I would have did, but you know what?
You
It
take
worked.
your
as long as you got the effect I wanted.
You take your passenger through, and cause all kinds of nausea and vomiting and a little bit of poopage, but you come out the other side. You hear it crash through.
It's all right. None of it got on my kicks. I make sure of that.
All right. And
did we lose it?
Hold on.
That's what I'm looking for.
So once you pop out the other side and you hear it finally crash through the building, as you fly right back across the river.
Okay. Yep. Good. He could be angry. I'm okay with that. He could be angry over there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The further away that you get, the more the section of the building. I say it was closer to the top. A huge chunk of it explodes, and you could see the little tiny bodies just flying in the air. And this thing is just catching them, and the ones that he catches, he's just squishing and popping, like, and smashing everything around. Just
they got insurance.
I'm okay with that.
At one point, he flies straight up and then straight down into the building, causing it to collapse.
That sounds like a 9/11 event. They can take care of that. They good. They don't need us.
Look, congestion pricing is giving the city money. They'll find new real estate. They'll be all right.
That's
There you go.
They'll be all right. That was probably an MTA building anyway. They'll be all right.
Nice.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
I don't feel no way about this.
So Crosshair, are you there? All right, Crosshair's not there.
Crosshair.
So Mystic Knight, that smell just becomes overwhelming. That now you can hear beep beep. Oh, hold on.
What the fuck? Oh wait, me myself.
No, that's not it. Damn it. From the smoke alarm.
So I just bow my head like really.
And then you turn to see you can see the smoke coming out of the kitchen.
Now, Lou.
Finally, you hear.
Finally, I hear what?
Report. You can see his you can see his visage. Just just his head, shoulders.
We have ascertained this what appeared to be a work of art, but obviously at one point it had eldritch influences, of which it seemed to have ascertained and harmonized with Diablo.
How?
Synchronicity. And there was one such individual within the art gallery that did the same, but she escaped. Diablo right now is a bit indisposed in finding out more information. He should be with us soon.
Did you secure
also,
the
Master,
painting? Did you secure the painting?
You see it. I'm showing him. Also, Master, en route, there seems to be some type of book that one of my thralls seems to think that I would be interested. And he's en route now. Unfortunately, he is being chased by some type of demonic figure.
Explain.
That seems to be terrorizing the city.
Okay.
Start the what?
So he's
Describe this demon. It could be summoned
describe
by
it.
a rival faction.
I described the demon to the T, being that I got to see.
Okay. So after a long pause, he says,
Secure the items. Bring them to me.
and then
do.
the visage disappears.
Did Dwight get a chance to finish before the image goes?
No, this is all happening simultaneously. So as far as Diablo is concerned,
Now, Louis.
yes.
So I'm gonna just describe how this chant.
I think you've described enough.
No. So once it's activated, my pupils turn totally white, head leans back, and I'm literally talking like if I'm him talking to whoever I'm seeing.
Mm-hmm.
So the conversation, literally, Mystic Knight will hear who he was talking to. He won't hear, I'll be able to hear who the person replying back because I'm using the ears. But whatever the old man was saying, Mystic Knight will hear.
Okay.
Because my voice will be like a double voice, like there's two people, almost like a stereo sound.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's my voice and then it's the old man's voice kind of coming out.
You're saying that as he speaks, you speak?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So with that, the fumes come through. The activation cost is going to be we're going to have to work on the activation cost because it's going to require activation from your intelligence pool.
Three. Is that okay with you?
3 sounds fine. Now it lasts for a minute. As you go up in tiers, it's going to cost you more for more time. But the minimum is 3 for 1 minute.
Yes.
Okay. So.
Good.
You can see him in the smoke, his face full of pain and panic, as he's just looking around as if you just ripped him from whatever peaceful afterlife you sent him to, considering the absolute carnage that you just ripped upon him. So, waiting on you.
No. It's not that's not the way the ritual works.
Okay. What are you're having a conversation with the person?
No.
Okay.
But the way it works is it's like a recording.
Oh, so you can see it's sort of like a human
20
object read.
Right. It's like, okay, so you give a time limit of
I got
how
you.
much time in the past. I'm only thinking 24 hours
I got you.
of who he saw, what he was told, and what did he say to that person.
Okay.
Or peoples.
Okay. Good. That's fine. That helps me.
I forget the movie's name, but it was like when they tapped into the computerized
Minority
version.
Report.
Huh?
Minority Report.
No. It was another one where they tapped in directly to the brain, and you can tell they could tell how from the moment of death how much time they may be able to get from what their recent memories were.
I know what you're saying.
Dude,
Sort of like,
I think he's trying to mimic the effects of the consume knowledge spell from the necromancers from the Palladium book.
Okay. I'll look. Yeah, I'll look that up. That might actually be exactly what he's talking about. So when you do that, and then you're taken through the moment of his death, you feel that pain. Doesn't really affect you. You get a sort of a perverse chuckle out of it as you're taking his life, and you're moving backwards. Moving backwards, it's flashes and images. The one that sticks out the most, well, the two that actually stick out the most. The first is the man and his assistant talking with someone sitting at the far end of a really dark office with one of those. It's noir style, so you have the one lamp that's casting a large shadow, and the person that's speaking, has a raspy voice, and he's pointing to the painting, and he's saying some words that you're only catching you're catching syllables of it. It's in a language that you don't understand. Okay. And it's the girl's speaking with him in the language. Her head is bowed. The person, you as the person, are standing there, but you're almost as if you're paralyzed, and you're just watching and listening. And then your eyes, because that's the only thing you can move, your eyes turn to the painting. And as you did that, there are people that are that are around it. And by people, it's just they're humanoid, almost like small apes that are around the edges of it. And they're doing something to it where they're joining in, and their bodies are liquefying, and they're just becoming the art itself. And it's you're guessing it's some sort of ritual. You just don't understand this particular foci of magic. But what they're doing is transforming whatever they are into it. And at its center, there was something. There was you can see the keeper's. You can see the keeper's mark, and then as it closes, and it forms the eye of that painting. Straight through it, you can see the library. It's very clear. It's almost as if this thing is like a wormhole and you can see this vast library. You guys remember the episode of oh my God, What If, when Strange went to that library? When
Yeah.
when Doctor Strange went to that ancient magical library, it's in that vein, except it's not brightly lit. It's almost macabre in the way that it's structured. And I have an image, but I can't find it. And then it finally closes, and you can see the girl, and she puts her hand on it, and she chants for a second. On the back of her palm, you can see that keeper's mark. It appears and then disappears, almost like a tattoo. And then you finally are able to. It's almost as if you were paralyzed, where you couldn't even breathe. You finally take a breath, and you walked over to the painting and you lift it, and you move out. And then another memory, an earlier memory of that day. There was a van.
Did the old man talk at all?
He did
was
not.
Just silent.
He was just silent.
Okay.
And earlier in the day, he's speaking that same language that she was, but to about a half dozen men. They're all Asian. They're all they have they don't have Yakuza tattoos, but they are tattooed up with sleeves and whatever, and they're loading up what looks like a metal trunk, like a
coffin,
smaller than a coffin, but they're loading it up, and it has nothing, like no locking mechanisms, no nothing. It's just you don't even see a hinge as they're lifting it from the ground with what looks like these magnets. You know those suction cups that people use on the to install windows, but these things are the level of tech that they're using it's strangely out of place to the environment. And you're in what looks like a garage, and they're attaching the magnets and lifting it and moving it into the back
into
of
a
van,
truck, right?
into the van. Yeah.
Do I see the license plate?
You do.
Okay. I'm gonna remember that.
And at this point, you snap out of it.
Okay. So Lou,
And
shake it off. Turn off the stove. Clean up. Rinse off the pot, and just throw the pot inside the garbage.
Okay.
Flush the snout.
Question.
We gotta talk.
Does when Dwight come out of his trance, is that around the same time Vesper signing off?
A little after, yeah.
Okay, so as Vesper's trying to sign off, I'm gonna ask him to hold for just a second. I believe Diablo may want to talk to you. Diablo.
So you finally shake off the cobwebs, because this is you've thought of doing this before, but this is your first time attempting it. He staggers out of the smoky kitchen.
So basically, like my face, and you can just look at my skin, is like pale. It's more like sunk in a little bit, like if I've been drained. Mystic Knight. So you can see like this, whatever I was doing, it took like a real toll on me.
So let's just say that the expression on my face doesn't show surprise. It's almost as though it was expected from what I've already been seeing of what you've been doing. So it's like, really? Anyways, Diablo, do you have any information for Vesper? As you see Vesper there.
The painting is a gateway. It's a gateway to the library.
Very good. Bring it to me.
All right.
Oh.
So, does he leave? Does he? Okay. So once he's done, I'm not paying attention to the doubtful no more. I'm going back to the painting. What I'm gonna do is
Crosshair, are
with
you
my-
there so I can get to you next?
James.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yo.
Go ahead.
Yeah, we're going to come to you after he says what he says.
On the back of my hand, I'm gonna burn with my nail. I'm gonna focus my hell flame to heat up my nail, and I'm gonna burn that symbol in my hand,
Mm-hmm.
just like she did.
Okay.
Exact to exact. And then I'm gonna cut my finger and then draw the symbol just like it was on the painting.
Okay.
And I want to focus mana into it. See if I could get the painting to reactivate.
Okay, we'll come back to that. Now, Crosshair,
Yo.
you make it to your stash house.
Mm-hmm.
They get you his last known whereabouts. And he is currently, and this is the part that comes as a bit of a surprise. He is currently with Sal at a restaurant in Soho.
Al Afra Ho. What kind of seats do they have?
What do you mean? Like where in the restaurant are they?
Yeah, window,
Yeah, they're not near the windows.
private booth.
Yes. With his muscle standing guard.
Talking to Sal, eh?
Mm-hmm.
Damn, I can't trust anybody. There's nobody I can fucking trust except myself.
And Mike's not here. You can barely trust Mike. You can barely
Yeah,
trust Athera.
barely trust Mike. Hell no.
I'm just saying, technically, you can trust Athera. She has not betrayed you.
You filthy fucking liar. Use me for cursing, but how dare you?
Technically, Athera has not betrayed. She's come through on her missions.
All right. I'm
Assuming, and this, I'm going to use this. I'm going to take a couple of liberties as you're getting yourself situated. There's a report of a meta that's shaped like a monster meta that had destroyed the downtown area, a building in Long Island City. Now, one of the things that they did report was that apparently this thing, whatever it was, this berserk monster metahuman, was chasing another metahuman that was carrying a person. Those were the reports from the few survivors of that attack.
okay.
And one of the descriptions, it was quick, but it seems like it could be audible based on that description. But they don't have any video evidence or anything like that. Just the chaos of the thing destroying the building. So the video evidence is of the chaos after they escaped, of the thing destroying the building and killing, just massacring the construction workers that were there. Outside of that, there's no video evidence of Audible or Toreador.
All right, bet.
Just for context, I'm throwing that in there.
Okay, that's cool. Just for context.
But you got your info, so that's where Chilito is at. He is currently dining with Sal in a restaurant in Soho.
All right, bet. This is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna call Sal on his phone because he never leaves his phone behind.
Okay, so after a couple of rings, yeah, you calm down now.
Sal, I got chewed out.
I'm a little busy, kid. What do you mean? Oh,
I've disrespected.
wait.
I disrespected.
Yeah. Now I get it. Oh, that must have felt good. So, I repeat, and I'm in the middle of a meeting here. Are you calmed down now?
I apologize. I never meant to disrespect you.
That's good to hear. Because a friend here might have a really interesting proposition for us. And all you need to do is figure out which one of your friends killed his family. Hold on. Say, oh yeah, pretty girl. You remember me? I made a deal with your uncle. If you help me, I help you. I'm currently without a family. And it looks like, and going by what you guys are doing, you seem to be hiring. So, I make restitution for the damage. I apologize to you, of course.
While he's listening, I'm going to use device insight since I'm talking to the phone through him.
Mm-hmm.
Through my phone, through him. I'm going to pinpoint the exact location where Chulito is sitting. And as he's talking, I'm listening to him and everything else like that. I'm going to use his phone, Sal's phone, as a ping to where he's talking on the phone.
Uh-huh.
I got my sniper's rifle set up with the scope and depleted uranium rounds. I'm going to pop this fucker's head right off his body while he's talking.
Okay. Make your roll.
Oh, I hope you roll high.
I like that.
I really do like that too.
I have protege, snipe. I have combat prowess.
Yeah, hold on.
Just thinking my way out help me.
Yeah, because you're thinking your way through it. I would say so.
It just means you can use a different pool.
I have find the floor also.
That's only if your opponent has a straightforward weakness, which you have not discovered yet. And let's see.
My man James got that ghetto Napoleon attitude.
Snipe.
Fire!
That's hilarious. Okay. So walk me through what you're using. So you're proficient
at the prodigy power shift, which is snipe.
Okay. So that is, let's see. So it will be a level 2 ability. And the snipe itself is an action. So that would be the action, and everything else, unless if it doesn't say action, you can't add it. Well, let's just figure this out. So walk me through the skills that you're using, and then we'll determine whether we'll determine your role. Because there's going to be environmental penalties because you don't actually see him, but I get where you're going with the device insight. So we'll take that into consideration.
Okay. Weapon crafter. I have combat prowess.
Mm-hmm.
That's enabler. Device insight is skill action.
Combat prowess is just damage.
Thinking my way out is enabler. Find the floor is what you call. I don't know what type of floor he has.
Mm-hmm.
I have a dexterity power shift.
That's not gonna work on that. So essentially, you can use your snipe. If you spend one action aiming in the next round, you can make a precise ranged attack. If your attack is successful, it inflicts 4 additional points of damage. That's on top of the round itself. Now you can add to the roll or add to the damage of a successful roll. So you can do both by spending the points, but you can't go beyond the effort.
All right.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. I'm going to do both.
Okay. So go ahead and make your roll.
I don't even know what my target is. I think. Ooh.
Lou.
Yes.
I'm just throwing it out there.
Go ahead.
Would you consider it being a surprise attack?
Yes and no, but just make the roll.
The straight 1d20, correct?
Correct.
Yep.
All right. And here comes natural 20.
Okay. You take your shot, and from the other hand, you hear it screaming. The phone drops, but that's it. And then you can hear a ruckus, things tumbling, people scream. Like you can hear sounds like "What the fuck?" And then just at that point, phone just goes dead because you can hear a crunching just before it goes dead. And that's where I'm leaving you. So, Audible and Toreador, you finally arrive at the coordinates. You get to the place, knock on the door opens. There is the rancid smells that you guys have been exposed to. Just the hits keep on coming.
Gentlemen, please have a seat.
I'm looking over my shoulder like, nah, we good.
Once that door closes, you're
I
safe.
go. Look,
I close the door.
I flew a long way, and boy, my arm's tired.
So,
I like to say he's not kidding.
So let's see. And since the laptop is still folded open, punch in a couple of codes so I can activate the wards. So that way, whatever that baddie was, it'll give us a bit of obfuscation for a little while.
Okay.
So that way I can get a good look at what this book is.
So I pull out the book.
All right. He pulls out the book. Obviously, the first thing is the smell. Actually, the first thing that you two notice more so Diablo, because he's more in tune with the raw energy than you are, given your practice. That covering is repellent to you. You can feel you don't want to touch this. You don't mind pain. There are certain things that you know you cannot touch. That
Here's one of them.
That is one of the things, because it is
Is it a holy book?
It's sanctified.
No, it's the covering, right? That's what you mean?
Yes.
Oh, the book.
The covering is
But
sanctified.
the covering, what is it? Is it leather, flesh, what? I would be able to tell as an archaeologist.
It's not any of those things. It's made of a fabric that could easily be like I said, the texture. It looks like a down. It looks like the most comfortable white blanket, and it's
no, not the blanket, the book.
Oh, no,
That's
no.
what he's talking about, the blanket.
I'm talking about the blanket first, because that's the first. It's wrapped in it.
So, okay.
And
So the blanket is what is
making you uncomfortable.
making me real.
It's making you uncomfortable. You can tell it's sanctified.
And
in fact, Toreador, when you take out the book itself, the edging, the gold inlay is starting to give off a slight electrified, like a yellow electrified glow within the etchings.
Radiant.
Yes.
Is this something that everybody's able to see, or just him?
Everyone can see it. And
So I'm looking at
the one that's standing at least a good foot and a half away is Diablo. The only one that would notice this would be Mystic Knight.
So what I'm doing, right, as they're focused on the light and like it catches their eye, I glance quickly over at Diablo, like, okay, you're full of surprises, kind of look. Look back towards the blankie.
Away from me.
I take the book out of the fabric.
Okay.
What does the book
once
look like?
He takes that out, the smells that they had been introduced to, you both receive it differently. The Hellborn, you immediately want this thing. You see it, it's familiar. It has a smell of home. And for you, Mystic Knight, there is a putrescence about it that suggests that it is in fact.
How much you want for the book?
That it is in fact.
I like this guy. Just straight to the point.
How much?
Straight to the point.
Okay,
hold
on. Let me finish. It's not cursed, but it is in fact the most, not the most, but it is something that you've read about but you've never actually encountered. It's a book of evil. You can feel it, the smell that's coming off of it. It's radiating.
That you're talking about Mystic Knight feels that.
Yes, and again, taking some liberties. You're looking at Diablo. He went from "get that blanket away from me" to "I want that," and then he says, "How much do you want for that book?" Now you guys can go.
All right. So I'm looking at the book to see what it's made of. At the same time, since it's been placed, actually, let me not say
he has it in his hands. He didn't place it anywhere.
Let me not assume. Toreador, you took out the book. Did you place it on the table?
Oh, I'm holding it in my hand. I got the blanket wrapped in my left hand, and I got the book palm. I'm holding it like this.
So let me describe the room for a second, because this is important. All right. The door that you came in, to the left is going to be a table. right? You see a laptop folded open, all the way open in the middle of the table, right? There's going to be some chairs to the right. There's some chairs by the table, and then there's entrance over towards the left, towards the kitchenette, right? And then the room is behind that, right? Where are you exactly once you came into what would be the living room?
When I came into the door, I'm in front. You told me to close the door. I'm standing
I
in.
closed the door, and then I asked you guys to have a seat.
Right.
Did you take a seat to the right or to the left?
Yeah,
I
but
didn't take any
he
seat.
didn't take a seat.
I am across from the window, so I can see if there's a window. If not, I'm across. I am.
It's an apartment, so there is a window. Yes.
So then I'm across from the window with the door to my right.
So you're facing the door then?
I'm facing the space between the window and the door.
With his,
So I can see both.
So your back's to the wall.
My back is to the wall.
Okay.
All right, so that would position you next to the table. Okay, that's what I needed to know. All right, so that being said, the laptop is going to be scanning the book for the energies that have been permeating, and I'm gonna get a level off of that book based on the passive scan that the laptop is doing. That's the reason I was kind of orientating everything.
Okay.
Because it'll be close enough to the laptop in its range for it to do that.
Okay.
Next thing is I'm going to let Toreador answer Diablo as far as how much he wants for the book.
Seeing how eager he looked like for that book, man, we can start with a cool meal.
You don't have $1 million.
I do.
And Audible's just
So
like,
I'm waiting for Diablo's
Audible's
response.
just like, wait, didn't we ask for $500,000? All right, never mind.
So he said $1 million.
Not getting in the way of any negotiations.
He's saying he said $1 million.
Fool human. You don't even know what you have in your hand.
And on that note, I'm going to end the game. So,
Damn it.
for Audible, Mystic Knight, Toreador, and Crosshair.
You know, you're ending it 15 minutes early, bastard.
I am GM Discretion. Thank you so much for joining us.
That is a whole 15 minutes.
That is a whole 15 minutes,
Right,
and you have no reason to staff it, bitch.
I'm kidding. That was just, I just want to see your reactions.
Yeah,
So go ahead.
yeah, you're kidding.
Well, guys, I'm gonna be making up a new character next game. So,
Why? You just
I wouldn't say that. It ain't over yet.
Because Chinito's going to lay it down on you, brother. That's it.
How's he gonna lay it down when he killed him, or he killed Sal in the room?
No, Sal's
you know when
alive.
it's a
You
win-win.
heard Sal in the background go, what the fuck?
Yeah, but then you heard the phone go crunch. So
Oh,
yeah.
That could be convulsions from the dying.
So I turned to Diablo and I go, Diablo, I think he does know what he's got in his hand. He's asking for $1 million. That's a bit steep.
So
Ouch.
basically, I'm gonna put it like this.
I'm looking
We'll
at you like
give
you're
you-
about to explain it to me. Like I know what this thing is.
I'm gonna
You
say,
can see it.
we'll give you the $500,000 that you said in the beginning.
We
I
don't
never
know
told
about
you
the
guys.
And I'm gonna,
Hold up.
we don't know about the fucking.
All right.
Oh,
because
we
you
don't
can
know about the
gargle-
500,000.
You can gargle the baby juice out of my balls. I never said.
does he
nothing
say
about
that?
How
Does
much
he
I was
say that?
giving you guys.
Does he say that?
Wait,
You said
we
that?
don't know about the
I said that.
500,000.
All right, hold on.
All right, Lou, rolling this.
Hold
The
on.
white.
One second.
Wait,
What?
you wouldn't come up with the 500,000 mark because he never told us. He never specified the amount.
Right. He never did.
Oh, he never
So
did?
if you
Back to
want to
you.
get the same reaction from him, it'd have to be another way, bro.
Yup.
Now,
You better think
I
twice
was
about that.
listening
Oh,
to
you
your
think you wanna go first?
conversation. Wasn't I listening to the conversation?
No,
No.
he was talking to Audible about how much he can get for it.
Yeah,
Okay.
we
I didn't know
don't know about the 500K. So the
So you
fact that
were?
he upped it up to $1 million right now, it's unbeknownst to us that wasn't the
Okay.
original price.
All right. So, Lou, I'm paying him in gold.
What?
Okay, so
I'm going to literally call my bank
okay.
because I have that money. I'm going to pay him in gold currency. Whatever his account is, what is your account?
No, I'll give
Basically, I'll be broke, but that's all my monies is always in gold. I don't deal with cash. I don't deal with credit cards. I use certain other things, but my shit is usually gold.
What's the going rate for gold? Because how much is
$1
gold
million
going for now and
worth
now?
of gold. $1 million worth of gold.
That might, well, given how much gold is an ounce, he may get 10 coins, he may get 5 coins. I'm just saying,
He's transferring the money from his account to mine, and his money is in gold bullion.
He's using
That's what he's saying.
gold as the currency.
So it might be 1 bar. Okay, cool.
It's okay. It's okay.
Look, man, you shouldn't even be saying nothing. You should be running.
I'm
That's
not
it.
running.
No, you
tired
better
of
be
running.
running.
So
Take your
So
high
we got
heels
an
off
agreement.
and run.
I hand
dog.
them the book.
I text Toreador. What would you rather have, gold bullion or crypto?
You can't go wrong with gold.
No, I'm texting you that. I'm not saying it to you. I'm sending you that text.
Actually, I'd rather have I text you back to you. I'd rather have the gold.
Well, I guess you want to say goodbye to 1.5 then, huh?
I mean, I don't, I never trust, even in life, bro. That shit's just junk code. I'm okay. Gold bullion is physical and real. I'm good with the gold.
Okay.
I'm good with the gold.
So, Lou, through my phone, just do the thing through my account.
Give him my
send
information.
it over to his.
And I gingerly hand him the book.
So I'm gonna put my hands on the book. Say you could keep that cloth.
Oh, I have every intention to. Thank you.
So, how does it feel in my hand?
Okay.
Can't hear you.
Hold on.
Lou, before the whole
my nuts.
Before the whole starting of him fondling this thing with gentle caresses, I'm gonna bid them all a good night, and then me and homie here are out because yeah. I'll talk to you guys later. If you need me, you got my number.
Copy that.
All right, hold on a second.
You step outside. Me and this guy walking away. I'm like, yo, let me get your deets real quick so I can send you the money.
Now, Lou,
Yeah.
one question.
I'm gonna give him 5.
When he walks away, do I even smell the residue of the book on him? Because he put his hands on it.
You do.
Okay. This has. I'm just gonna have that smile, and I'm gonna just look at Mystic Knight.
I'm gonna send. I'll give this guy half of it. So I keep the other half. And I start looking for real estate.
I give you a dap like, yo, out of all these guys that I've met, you are by far the coolest dude from the crew. Yo, you, my man.
Mystic Knight, check your
Discord?
No. So this
check my what?
Check Roll20.
Check out my melody.
I sent you the results of the scan. Now I will stop it. But once you as soon as you touch the book, there's a sense that
nice.
It's you can just feel this thing. It's almost as if it belonged to you. It's a sense. So in other words, we're gonna work on this, and I will send you some stuff. But as soon as your hand touches the clasp, it opens. It just pops, and it opens, and as you open the first page, that energy is just radiating from this. It's just pouring out of it. It's in like a purple vapor is just coming from between the pages and spilling out into the floor. That first page, it's blank at first, but then you can start seeing some writing in your language, and it's almost as if it's writing itself in incantation. This is going to be your way of creating magic.
Louis,
Yeah.
you remember the ancient name that demon goes by that
Mhm.
kind of it annoys it?
Mhm.
I'm gonna say it to the book.
Okay. I am going to stop it here.
Damn it, man.
And so, thank you everybody for joining us. For Audible Diablo Mystic Knight, Toreador, Crosshair, we hope that there is doing well. I am DM Discretion. Thank you so much for joining us, and we will see you in the next